Good evening. Welcome back, everyone. As always here, she's ready to go. She knew I came on the basement and jumped up right away. So, how's it going, everyone? We got Nico and Solar, and Chris is here. Christopher here for a little bit. Ted's here as well. Welcome, everyone. As the ads roll through, I guess. It's all annoying that it does that, and it won't let you re-watch the ads if you want until the stream starts, which is a little silly, but you know they hold all the cards. So. And hopefully everyone's doing all right tonight. And we're going to play a... yes, what you're listening to in the background is the screensaver. Turn down the volume a little bit on it. The screensaver inside the computer from Windows 98. Which is all, look at the fancy, like, chips flying around. It's computery and parts and stuff, right? Like how you see the pieces flying around there. Very, very sci-fi computer stuff. And we're playing Ultima IX tonight, which is a interesting game to say the least. Hopefully people have played it. I know it sounded like, Christopher, you had played it a little bit, or quite a bit, or played it through. I have not, which is a shocker. Many games that I have not played through. And I have my original copy. We'll look at the box here in a second. But I think I played like maybe halfway through the game, and then I just got sidetracked and never returned to it. So I don't think we'll get through the game tonight. It's a very long game. But I think the biggest thing everyone is aware of with Ultima 9 was that the bugs, it was so known for the bugs and problems, unfortunately, at launch, I will say. Like many games like that, it was patched and patched and patched, and then patched some more. The last version is 1.18F, I think. And then there's been fan patch as well. We have the latest fan patch installed here, so we're as up to date as we can that I'm aware of. It's 119G, I think, is the latest fan patch. So, oh yes, that's right. I need to watch the video later here, or maybe not tonight, but tomorrow for sure. I'm gonna check out your new launch there, Solar. I'm excited to see your G4 in action there. But yeah, it's interesting at Ultima 9. So everyone's probably familiar with the Ultima series, right? I mean, Richard Garriott's long-running series, or was long-running series, that started with just a pretty, pretty revolutionary for the time. The Ultima 1 was, you look at it today, and it's just all text-based and everything. Well, not text-based, but it uses the text mode for graphics and everything, and it's pretty basic by today's standards, but it had such depth to it. And then, of course, many sequels leading up to the final game in the Ultima series, which would be Ultima 9 Ascension, aka the epic 3D role-playing masterpiece. I'm not familiar with the whole story behind this game. Anyone's feel free to pipe in as far as like the whole story, but as I understand it, it was kind of going through development hell, basically, with several restarts. The scope was too big, it was pulled back, multiple teams worked on it, until the point that Richard Garriott himself came in and helped steer up the production. But at that point, they had to ship a game, so it was shrank dramatically in scope. Now, again, scope creep or over-ambitious, whatever you want to call it, the game was just probably too big to make sense to make into a game from this era, because it was a full 3D engine, right? The first Ultima game that used that, a full 3D move-around engine. So, I'm trying to think, like, Ultima Online came later. They had a 3D engine too, but it was on a 2D plane, whatever. But this was a full 3D game. And at least reading up on it, the scope was just too large. Like, it was too big. So, yeah, exactly. It was kind of like a restart. That's I understand, was multiple restarts. But yeah, there you go, Skyrim for $9.99. It was huge and nothing short of ambitious. I mean, it's a really cool box, and I think all the Ultima games had many pack-ins and everything. This is a nice, sturdy box. Looks like a book, right? That's what it's supposed to mimic. Live the legend. Immerse yourself into the rich fantasy world of Britannia, which is where all the Ultima games are set, right? As you enter the 9th and final chapter in a 20-year legacy of the Ultima series. Beep. That's the screensaver again. Experience the richest environment ever created, day and night cycles, weather effects, real-life physics, and the ability to manipulate thousands of items in the world. My internet being not fun? That's not cool. I saw a blip there for a second. It's the first, frame drop I've had since getting upgraded internet, so hopefully nothing. Knock on wood. So yeah, they're a really, really ambitious game. And at launch, for those that played it, I bought this box pretty much at launch and played it. And I ran it on, let's see, my P3 500, I think, maybe, at the time. It was not a smooth experience. Yes, EEP, you gotta do that, because that's Mac 84. So I did meet Steve at at Midwest or whatever, and it was really cool guy to talk to and everything. So I've seen him in person at least, but really fun guy. Hopefully I can hang out with him again at some point. It would be fun to meet up. It was a lot of cool Mac stories to share for sure. Mac expert compared to me. But so at launch, this game was very buggy. It crashed all the time. There were things missing. You played it, you sense what they wanted to do. It's super interactive. Like you can touch just tons of stuff, things in the world, interact with them. The world feels somewhat alive for being in the year. Again, that scope was probably a little too big to make it into a realistic game for 1999, right? So with that comes also pretty abysmal performance. So we'll talk more about what this machine spec is. You know, all the regular viewers here are aware of this machine. We're on the P3700 again, which in theory, is well above the recommended specs here. And minimum on this is a P2266. I would not want to play this on a P2266. The recommended is a P2400, a 128 megabytes of RAM, 1 gig of hard drive space, and then the 16 megabyte supported 3D accelerator, meaning it shipped with Glide. It does support direct 3D stuff, but as I understand on launch, I trying to remember what I had at the time. I might have had a TNT 1 or something, or a Riva 128. I can't remember, but direct 3D performance on launch was abysmal. They patched that in later on. There was lots of patches for this game. So it does have Glide, which is the preferred method for this game until the patches came out later. Otherwise, it lists Riva 128, TNT, TNT 2, ETAI, Rage Pro, all that stuff. But it does have Voodoo 2, Voodoo 3, and Voodoo Banshee. This machine, god morgon. Good evening, Foil and Christian. Yeah, I feel bad for anyone playing, but at the same time, you didn't know any better, right? Like, say that in the nicest way possible. I didn't know any better either. Games were running at slow speeds. Like, you play this now, and you're like, well, you could play this game on a much faster machine, and you can get that buttery smooth 60 FPS. Like, that is not this machine. Even with this here now, as we'll see, on this P3700, with everything turned down, not everything, I shouldn't say, but stuff generally in a medium to low medium range of settings, we're still just barely hitting above 30 FPS in most scenes. Now, some stuff when you pan towards a wall, it goes a lot faster. You can get 60, 70 FPS even, but as soon as you look out at the open vistas, 30 or lower, if I crank the settings here, the game runs at like 15 FPS or lower. And I have a feeling that's unoptimized setup to use the Voodoo 5 in this machine, because the Voodoo 5, remember, is an SLI setup, right? In theory, that should all be done automatically, but I feel like something's odd there. I can switch to the single VSU mode, or what do they call the Voodoo VSP modes, which uses one of the two cores, if you will, on the Voodoo 5, and it runs about the same. There's not much performance gain by going to the normal performance mode, which seems a little shady there to me. So I might at some point just wipe the driver on this. But even a Voodoo 4 should be plenty to, in theory, since considering here that Voodoo 3 is fully supported, Voodoo 2 is supported. Again, I wouldn't run this game on Voodoo 2. But especially on launch, Glide was pretty much required for this game. I wouldn't run anything else, so. Yes, we should play Trespasser sometime, too. That game is ridiculous, but... Zoe is here. We have a beverage. Now, something that they always did really well here, and remember, this is Origin before EA took over. Origin liked pack-ins. Tons of pack-ins, which is really cool. We have the actual game case, and also a little commercial for Ultima Online Second Age, which I do have and did play, about the same era. Of course, we have 2 discs. 1 disc is in the drive right now. Nothing too exciting there. We have, I believe this is backstory, the magical reagents, magic theory, on how to play the game, because it uses reagents for spells, I think, in this one. It's just, I don't remember that much, but yeah. So, for example, third circle spells, telekinesis, invocation, ort por ilum, reagents, black pearl and blood moss. And it tells you what to do. And so they were really big on reagents, which was challenging in Ultima Online, for sure. You know, for the era, you had to have reagents in your background to cast spells. So not just mana, but like roots and stuff. And this goes through every spell here and describes it in detail, and like all the magical spirit stuff and all that stuff. So they go really deep into lore. Like, they were trying to really, really build an immersive world. So I'll give them that. We have the Easy Guide, your guide to trouble-free gaming. Yeah, it does. Yeah, you're right. It does have Electronic Arts on here. This may have been published by Electronic Arts. I didn't see the EA logo on the box anywhere. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, EA.com. It's the old Electronic Arts logo. This is before they were completely chopped up. And yeah. And it's weird. So that's what it feels like. This game should run better on this machine. And I'm open to suggestions. Anyone have any ideas on what to change or settings? I'm all ears. It runs okay now. But I also think in my memory, it may have run better in my memory on my machine at the time than it does here too. It just did not run fast. But we have the commands or controls here, which is useful when we have to have this around. Interface summary, options, viewable distance, etc., etc. How to do stuff. Yeah, a lot of setup stuff. So we'll leave that out for now. We're still looking through the box contents here now. We have the actual journal of the avatar. So for those who are aware then, and yeah, exactly. You have to pick that. We'll get to that when we get there. So we have the fate cards here, so we'll get to it in a second. And this game, you know, the avatar is the same hero character has been around since Ultima 1, right? That's the avatar. So, and he's fighting the Guardian. And I'm not an Ultima expert. I have not played most of them. So, even Doppler. Bowl of cereal. I guess, yeah, it depends on what time zone you're in. It is currently almost 9 p.m. here in central U.S. So, a journal that goes through everything that's basically happened to the avatar. You know, again, not a color, but a lot of backstory. We have a quick banner, which is a movement commands and stuff like that are kind of handy to have, like these quick guides that were useful. But on the back end, or backside, it's got a full, I think this is like a tapestry thing you run into the game that shows the story of the avatar. And again, they added a lot of stuff. And it's one of those times when I got this game, right, I would play the game, and then when I went to bed, I would bring the box to my bed and like read through all the manuals, look at all this cool stuff. They included a lot of really, really neat things. Included then are the fate cards that will make an appearance in the game. They're basically tarot cards, right? That have different classes. So this is the paladin, the shepherd, different things like it will ask questions how you like to do, or it will basically try and guide you into a class based on your answers. And these tarots or fate cards came then with the game that are physical reproductions of what's in the game, which is also very, very cool. But the crown jewel for most Ultima games, of course, is that they often included a cloth map of the entire game world. So there's Britannia in all its glory in a cloth world. And I know it's hard to see, but I believe this is the entire game world you run around in this game. So it's a very ambitious game. At least now in a patch state, it is, you know, completable. There's several things that were bugs even after the final official patch, where, like, you know, this NPC is missing, you know, whatever it might be. That has been fixed with these fan patches. So yeah, running on 1.19G, I want to say, which is, again, the last available fan patch. And those fan patches actually came from the developers of the game after they left Origin, and they kept just fixing things in the game. So often, you know, there's a passion project of theirs, and they want to fix it up the way they envision it, right? So, oh yeah, I mean, look at any flight simulator game, right, from that era. You know, I think, but all the ones that are behind me here, there's massive, like, heavy boxes with just technical manuals, basically. So yes, we're gonna play some Ultima IX. So, yeah. Oh, interesting. That's fascinating. It was different because this is the EU version then. So, you know, I lived in Sweden still at that time. So this is basically the British version. It's got the ESL or ELSPA, which is the European Leisure Software Publishers Association, which is the age rating is on here for that. But it's still EA.com. Origin is an Electronic Arts Incorporated company. Thank you very much. So again, the ambition was there. No denying that. Again, maybe a little over-ambitious for the era. And keep in mind now, we're running on a machine that is, out of that, considerably over the recommended specs. Considerably. Way more powerful than the recommended specs. Keep that in mind as we're playing the game here now, and that, like, something else doesn't feel quite right. And again, we're not maxed out by a long shot. I think that this game is happiest if you run it on a newer generation, straight up. So this is probably a game that you're probably going to have a better time running on a freaking Athlon processor. XP processor with, you know, a TNT2 or higher card, and then you're probably going to have a smoother experience. It needs a lot of horsepower. And I'm not sure if that's, you know, optimization, whatever in the engine, if it draws too much, whatever it might be. Glide was what it shipped with originally. That had Direct 3 to support as well, which it does. I tried the Voodoo 5 in both, and the Glide is definitely faster, although not as much faster as I would hope. But yeah. Again, it's like you mentioned, it's the Skyrim of the era. It was very, very ambitious. Oh, this is fine. Nothing bad's gonna happen here. This is fine. The Guardian is the recurring baddie then in the Ultima series. This is fine. And again, it's, you know, really cool CGI sequences and everything. This is still fine. Yeah, it makes me always want to try this game. Like, I got an idea for, like, a quick video now. Just, like, what the heck does it take to run this game smoothly? Like, try it first with the minimum spec and see, like, well, this isn't happening. And then, you know, boosting it to a powerful machine of the day and then going to an overpowered machine of the day or a next generation. So keep in mind now, we are, in general, going to be targeting 30 FPS or thereabouts. This will not be buttery smooth 60.
Has invaded Britannia, and Lord British has summoned you for your.
We are running with the Soundmaster Live EAX 3D support, so I won't hear it much here, of course. But if you guys hear that 3D separation,
press and hold the right mouse button. You can also use the cursor to interact with objects. When you are close enough to use an object, the cursor will turn green if placed over the object.
Yeah, I guess so. So,
click the left mouse.
The thing with this game is that it really...
Left click on the golden ankh that will appear by your
I don't need your counsel. So they really try and do, thank you, Zoe, interactive. Yeah, so he's, of course, naked here. You were saying something about EA taking over here? Oh, look at that chonk TV, though. That is a TV. Look at that. Look at that. You know, like a freaking 38-inch. Like, a lot of interactivity. Like, surprising interactivity. I will say for this era here. Now, due to the performance, I had to turn down some of the light source settings, stuff like that. And again, you could get a much better experience in this game. Yep, exactly. You can move around and look at stuff and turn the light on for inventory management once we get to that here. Yes, we're going to read books. And I'm trying to think of any other game that was quite as ambitious for the time. I mean, you know, you're thinking like your System Shock. Eden Gabriel? So now, yeah, you're right, Christopher. I can basically press Q, and then I can move my mouse around freely to interact with the world. In this case, I'm dragging these clothes on. Now I have clothes. Look at that chunky. Flush the toilet. Run the bath. Look at all this interaction. And move things around. But again, it's pretty... Oh. Its controls very clunky. Which you can probably tell from how it moves here. Weapons of Ancient Earth. So, cool thing is that this is the same avatar then that... And I think, I mean, someone correct me here on the Ultima lore and everything, right? The avatar is basically a normal person living on Earth, and he gets transported to this kingdom or whatever. We'll need a tool belt. Ta-da. Yeah, Ultima Online. That's what I played a lot. I shouldn't say a lot. I played quite a bit, but look at this interactivity here now. And I think that when you turn this on now, there's actually a little boot up sound for the... There, sit down. No. This actually starts Ultima Online. Ultima Online 2. which never manifested. Yeah, coming in 2000, that never manifested. I think that was one of those that started out and I never finished it, so... That's just the way it was, but... Alright, Christopher. Hopefully your shoulder gets taken care of, and best of luck to that. Thanks for dropping by. What's in here, then? Look at that, a map. Take that. Yeah, I tried to. He just walks up to it. Can move the chair. He just kind of stands on it. Immersion. Immersiveness. Don't leave cheese on the ground. Gross. Yeah, there you go. I mean, there's many games I did the same thing to. We just got experimenting and whatever. This guy leaves a lot of food laying out. Start the bread maker. I mean, how much time did I spend on the scene here? I mean, you gotta look at this through the lens of 1999 too, right? On what was available and what you could do in a game like this. Yeah, a lot of these are game covers for the other games. You can run, albeit slowly. It's got another chonk TV here. Still in the game. Turn that off. Only the compass. Turn the fireplace on. Lovely. History of Britannia. Save. Okay. So we need to grab that. This is our save or journal. Gotta take the rat. I cannot take the rat. Worst game ever. I think I managed to clip the rat into the geometry here somewhere. Oh, it's a wall rat now. Individual cables coming from the computer, too. Look at that. Such immersion. Such wow.
You still have much to learn before you travel to Britannia. Visit the training area on the northwest side of your house.
And learn to use some combat shenanigans here, too. Pick up some arrows and a bow. And it's funny, because this is just the beginning that I have played now a couple times. Just to test it out for performance. So... my knowledge of the game will drop dramatically here soon. There, we got a bow and arrow. There's bow and arrow, there is melee, and there's casting, all in this game. So I can, I think, yeah, switch around here. Look at that immersive combat here. Yes. And again, you know, this has a little bit of like, you know, your, I wouldn't say on a level, but like, you know, Deus Ex immersion attempts, you know? And it's funny to think about other games that came out around the same era, right? And I think it just, they populated the world with so much stuff, it feels like. It's really a cluttered world, and they kind of overshot on world density almost, like, and that makes the game not run great. Again, I think the Voodoo 5 might be the culprit here. I think that if you ran this on like a TNT2 or something like that, it probably has a better experience. But, did I grab the key? I did not grab the key. Getting used to this interface here. There, grab the key. I think I left it in here. There it is. Kinda, I suppose. I'm not excited nor unexcited about it. I mean, it looks cool and everything. It just looks like... I don't know. I liked Ben Affleck as Batman. I'll say it. I said it. See, you come here for my hot takes on social, or not social, but pop culture stuff. But I liked Ben Affleck as Batman. I think he played it really well. I think the Batman suited the universe. So that said, I'm excited for that Batman movie as well, The Batman. But I'll probably wait to see it later on. My chances of going to the theater in general to see movies is kind of low anymore, but I go there with my kids. That's pretty much the only time I go to the movies. So we saw Spider-Man No Way Home a while back. That was really good.
Place. So be sure to practice your combat and swimming skills here in the woods near your home.
I feel the echo is stronger than it should be here.
Seek out the gypsy, who will guide you on your journey.
Yeah, see, really, it slows down a lot here. But I tried. I mean, if I go to higher setting now, it's going to be even worse. There is a way to turn on performance metrics in this game, and I did have it on earlier, but it was very obtuse. Like, it was taking off half the screen to top with numbers. And that was kind of distracting. Animals in this park are not tame and will cause injury. I don't think there's any fall-off on the arrow here. Yep. So you can run a little faster. He's already chonky. This guy has never skipped leg day. Yeah, it's just... controls are a little interesting. So, Unisukra, welcome. But yeah. Yeah, I think a machine of that era Solar probably will handle this game quite well compared to this. This is a game that I think someone mentioned earlier. I think they, they weren't really truthful in their, what this game should run on. But this was contemporary. This is a faster and contemporary processor. Sorry, this is a 1999 processor and a 2000 video card. Should be more than enough to run this game, you'd think, but it's still just... Can't take the butterfly? No. Oh, look at that huge rat! But yeah, they really tried to make the world, like, quote-unquote real. Which is cool. I mean, it's admirable. That makes it transport back to that era. Because now the gamma's a little high. I set the gamma higher because it was really dark in the game. Uh-huh. Well, even Mike? Oh. That wasn't much of a fight. Just took one arrow. Took one arrow to the head. Like gore there. Why was there, like, a bad guy like that here? It's like, again, you see... kinda. You see what they wanted to do here, right? It's got all the trappings of deep RPG and everything, but it just... Overambitious, again. No, we're not in medieval times yet. I think that the whole idea with the Ultima series is that the Avatar lives in modern era, and then he just... Oh, look, it's a waterfall. With a secret behind it! Ta-da! The janky camera. Look at that, destructible environments. The Ultima IX is the only one with a full 3D engine. And again, I need someone who knows the Ultima story better than I do, but this sounds like it was through basically multiple restarts.
While moving, look down to dive
Swan
down,
there.
and look up to swim back to the surface. If you hold the Control or Alt keys while swimming, you'll be able to swim sideways or even do the backstroke.
Oh, look at that. Immersion. Yeah, basically, he is LARPing. He probably just like a blow to the head and imagines it everything. But yeah, I think this game is probably going to be it is clunky, and it's like you get all the ideas. Like you feel that this was a game that went through so many iterations. Like you think to Skyrim, right? There you interact with everything in the world pretty simply. It's like 2 buttons, but it's like there's all a stop and go in this game, and that's what makes it feel clunky. And that's you're stopping, interacting. You move, you do this. Like there's not much fluidity to it, but at the same time, this is 1999, right? So.
Greetings, Avatar. Britannia awaits.
Britannia awaits. Ooh, look at that face texture. There we go.
The final battle for the destiny of Britannia. If you take this journey,
now, again,
you
can make this game look a lot better.
Nor shall you
if
return
you
to Britannia. Are you now
run it on faster
for
machines.
This
so
most important quest?
I am prepared.
Long
I am prepared.
Have you been the savior of Britannia? 8 times before you have made this trip and
yeah,
saved
so 1999,
from utter destruction.
And
This
we're
time,
again running
you
this on
must
higher than
finish the
recommended
task.
specs, but
For after
yeah,
this journey,
I think it's just not like in the Voodoo
future
5.
lies on a
That's what it
different
feels like.
path.
It's just I'm
Have
not
you
getting like with a
mastered combat, swimming,
P3 700
and
and
the
a
use of
Voodoo
your
5.
equipment?
You'd think I should be able to.
What future path?
This I cannot see.
You think I should be able to
only
crank
know
the
it to
settings?
be
I
true.
cannot. If I crank the settings, the
you
game
ready?
runs abysmally slow. So
I am prepared.
I am prepared.
Good. Then let us begin the reading. I shall ask you a series of 7
Okay,
questions.
sounds about right, yeah.
Give each question serious consideration. Your answers shall determine how you will begin your journey to Britannia.
And there was even like a isometric design going on, I think, for a while. Oh, we have the
You
cards.
have been prohibited by your absent lord from fighting. If you saw your friends in a close-pitched battle, would you show honesty or valor?
Well, there we go. Show valor and aid my comrade, knowing I can deny it later. Yeah, and that was Richard Garrett. He is Lord British in the game here too, right? So I was playing Ultima Online when his character got killed in the game. Knowing I can deny it later. Well, that's not... That's valor. That's like... treachery. Alright.
Refrain, so I may honestly claim obedience.
That voice actor is definitely not just reading it. Because I am very good voice
After
actor.
20 years, you have found the slayer of your best friends. If the villain proved to be a man who provides the sole support for a young girl, would you show compassion or justice?
After 20 years. Yeah.
Spare him and
Compassion.
compassion for the child.
The evil path? No. You can't do evil.
Your parents wish you to become an apprentice. If 2 positions were available, would you choose one to show spirituality or humility?
Oh my goodness. Spiritual order, huh?
Become an assistant to the humble village cobbler.
He's really reading these lines with conviction. I think you can override this afterwards, so... Yeah,
You
he
are a
pretty much is
bounty
American.
hunter sworn to return
been to
an
space,
alleged
right?
murderer. If after his capture you came to believe him innocent, would you show sacrifice or honor?
Okay.
Honor my oath to return him as promised.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And I kind of makes me want to try this game in a more, you know, more powerful setup.
Your lord believes he slew a dragon. If you had proof that your lance felled the beast, would you show honesty or humility?
Your lord believes he slew a dragon. If you had proof that your lance felled the beast, would you show honesty or humility?
Honestly claim the kill.
Honesty is, you know. And they're trying to
You
make it
have
so
sworn
interactive
to
and, like, you
uphold a
know,
lord who
immersive.
participates in the forbidden practice of torture, and each night you hear the cries of tortured prisoners. Will you show compassion or honor?
Show compassion by reporting the deeds.
Yeah, these are all, again, these cards here that were in the box, which is pretty cool. And I had taken
You
these
are
out for a long time. I thought they were
entrusted to
lost, and I
deliver an
just found them in another
uncounted
box.
purse of gold. If you met a poor beggar, would you show honesty or compassion?
Uncounted purse of gold.
Deliver the gold
Well, they were
honestly. Knowing
honesty,
the trust
right?
in me was well placed.
Sorry, I'm too nice of a guy. I think that gives me the mage.
Avatar, you have favored the virtue of honesty. You will start your journey on the path of a mage. To help you on your way, your intelligence will be increased when you go through the portal to Britannia. Your
we'll
capacity
do magic.
for
Let's see what
magic
happens.
shall be great. Once you arrive
Yeah,
in
that's pretty funny because I played through Witcher 3
you
as
will
well,
find
or
a chest
almost
of
played through it,
supplies
and yeah, I
appropriate
kind of
to your
skipped went
chosen
that for a
path
while.
that
I
I've
know it's one of
left
those,
for
like,
you
once you
in
get
the
into it,
Tower
you
of
can't stop, so...
Stonegate. Use these supplies wisely, Avatar. Good luck, for your quest will be most
I think you can
difficult.
override here what she said.
Once
Like,
in
nuh-uh.
Britannia, seek out Lord British, the wise ruler of the land.
Yeah, it's impressive, but I can't remember how I played this game originally.
Go
I mean, it
now
must
to
have been on my
Britannia.
P3 500,
Your
and I can't
fate
imagine
awaits
I had a smooth experience in the game at all.
Hurry, Avatar, for you are needed in Britannia.
Okay. Can I take the cards? Oh. I want to steal the cards. We should probably save, huh? I realize the game is... That's true. There we go, saved. So, I think I have the gamma settled too high, and it's where you cannot control that from here. There's no setting for that. These are the save games. Yeah, this is 800 by 600, so yeah, you have music. Here are the settings then, that's all. If I set this to higher, so we'll go to highest quality here now, we'll go to max. Let's do max, we'll max this thing out. Look here now. It looks better. But boy, now it is sluggish. But I mean, you might have preferred it like this. It is not fast, and we're not at max settings. So that's what I opted to run at like lower setting to get some decent amount of speed out of this here, because yeah, it already is much faster. But I think my gamma's a little high. Well, I guess we can run with it for now. Yeah, there's tons of popping. Like, look at that waterfall. Boop. It is just like, that's culling distance there. It is very, very obvious. You see the quality difference, the LOD or level of detail there. Look at that mountain there versus here. It's very, very obvious, but it is what it is, right? Whoa.
Avatar, the Guardian must be aware that you were called to Britannia and is already working against you.
It is not an eye of the beholder.
Fortunately, the Gazer is a magic creature, and its powers will be greatly weakened by the lack of magic here on Earth.
Exciting combat. Am I hitting it? I think so. Evening, Bruce. I think I hit it. Can I loot his eyeball? Nothing. Whee! Let's go through the portal. Do the TMNT in time spin around thing. There we go. Alright, Kingdoms of Amalur is really good. I enjoy that one a lot. I think it was like one of those episodes of a failed MMO, right? Like got turned into a single-player game, so it's got a very similar structure. As an MMO, like a lot of fetch quests and stuff. Whoa! It's Sting. He's in Britannia. CGI. Hello. This is fine. Suddenly dragon. Oh, you're screwed. I think he's a good guy. I'm nothing. Well, the CGI, I think that these FMV sequences are very impressive for 99. Well, thus ends the game. Good night, everyone. Good stream. Hero character dead. This is fine. Well, I better not check that he's dead. Who cares about that?
My lord, the Avatar has arrived in Britannia and has been easily dispatched by my worm guard.
Do not be so sure. The meddlesome champion of virtue is not so easily defeated.
I bet
Of
he's a
course,
good
my
guy
lord,
too.
But I ask you, where is he now? The Mirror of Darkness would reveal Lord British's life.
Where is he now? I'm obviously
Avatar
evil.
has been teleported to a place hidden from the mirror's sight. Our virtuous
Funny, because I don't remember any of the story at all when I played this
taken
originally. I was just, you know, I'm gonna just plow through the game and hack and slash. Whoa.
Shall I reduce
Dr.
Stonegate to
Unterbite?
a cinder, my lord?
No.
It's one of the villains from Venture Brothers.
See what has become of the
Those
land
huge,
and
like,
people.
metallic jaw and speaks with a German accent. Sounds pretty similar.
Burn as he sees what I have done to Britannia.
Yeah.
You are
That's the
the
thing.
Avatar
Witcher 3, I
of
think, is
Life
amazing from the story. That's what really hooked me. It's the story and all the side quests and the world and everything. But it's a long-running game. But Amalur is nice because it just kind of prods you along, and it's relaxing to play in a different way. You don't have to be on as much, if that makes sense. Amalur is much more action-focused and fun to just kind of run around and do whatever. And you're very powerful, so... I have not played the remastered one of that. I should... Re-Reckoning. I should play that, because I did enjoy Amalur a lot.
You are indeed a fool to want Britannia. Once I have finished with it.
Something bad. Whatever. Ah, there we go. The intro. That arm holding a dude? Yeah, alright. So yeah, I don't know the story on this one, but it does make me want to try this game. I thought about it. I really thought about running this on a more powerful machine than this, but this is era appropriate, and this is the machine I had hooked up. If I went with the next step up, it would have been the Athlon 64-2600, which is substantially more powerful. So,
You will not be safe here at Stonegate for long.
nice. Well, that's a game I'm going to check out on
Unlike on Earth,
my Steam Deck then, whenever that arrives.
vulnerable. There is also a chest of equipment in the corner of this room sent for you by the gypsy.
Spells. I don't know what these things do. Probably good. Do I not have a single... Good thing it doesn't tell me what these things do. You can figure that out on your own. Yeah, you think about, like, I mean, Kingdom or Amalur came out in 2012, I think. I mean, it launched about the same time as Skyrim did, actually, believe it or not. So, the 5th anniversary of Switch already? My goodness. You look at Breath of the Wild, and that's a heck of an impressive launch title. My kid is still playing that, and he's unlocked, like, everything in that game by now, so... Well, we're going to have to pillage this, and... When fighting, it's important to remember two things. Weapons will obviously do damage, but armor will always absorb damage. Yeah, that's not good. Everyone should go play Nuclear War. Armor rating... Okay, I just used that scroll and I have no spell. Got it. Cool. Oh, this will be handy. We'll take that book because I think I'll need it. Sorry, I just threw a fireball. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, that was me. So yeah, if you really want to immerse yourself in here, you really can. And I think that this, you know, you're in the capital here now. It's a big... Ooh, spellbook. Cool. We'll need that. Goodness. So we need ingredients now for everything. Lots of ingredients.
Press S to access your spell book. You will need to cast Ignite on the torch at the end of the hall to remove the force field that blocks your way.
There we go.
To cast Ignite from your spell book, click on the Ignite spell icon.
Also linear...
Position the blue reticle over the unlit torch.
Goodness.
Left click to magically ignite it.
Yep, sounds about right, so...
All icons may also be dragged into your tool belt, just like items.
For gas prices, about the same here. I think I filled up just before this stuff started now, I guess, but I'm due here again soon. So linear spells, I think, probably don't cost any... That's not what I want to do. Can I not reorganize this? Goodness. So there's Gust, Douse, and Stone. That just throws a stone, I guess. Nice little Gust there. So then you have to pick up reagents to cast spells. So, Unipixel, welcome. Maybe you can help us tweak the performance of this Voodoo Vine, but... We already talked about it, but yeah, so this is running on the P3700, which is considerably more powerful than this game would have, you know... Alright, throw a rock at it. Take that. Stupid thing. Woo, it's got quite the leap there. Gauntlets, I don't think I can use them. We'll sell them. This dude drop anything? There's a... Ooh, a lever there. Look at that. But yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's running at 30 plus FPS. I'm running at pretty low settings. The interesting part is this game, it's running fine now, but the recommended is a P2400, and then Voodoo 2, 3, or Banshee is supported, and we're running on a Voodoo 5 with a P3700. And if I set these settings anywhere remotely high, the game runs super slow. So now Ultima IX is well known for not being, you know, smooth performance monster, so it's kind of to be expected, I suppose. But it would be fun to get a little more performance out of it. But I think that you'd have to probably run this, like we discussed earlier, on a much faster machine than this. So you're just expected to learn all these things. Is this done? I don't think I can wear these. Because these are... Is there any way to inspect these now? Yeah, I'm a mage now, so I think I can only wear... Maybe? There we go. So these are the spellcasting ones, I guess? I'm confused. There's no, like, stat system here or anything like that. I don't think there's any character, like, window. You put it on, so... Oh, nice.
Do you see the pressure plate below that vase? See if you can use your Gust spell to move the vase off the shelf. You can try
Did it.
casting your Gust spell, then clicking on the item that you wish the wind gust to affect.
Click. Yeah, awesome. Any CDX kept alive is a good thing, so... And that's the thing I really want to work on. Of course it did. Old hardware. I did get a new soldering iron after recommendation, so that helped a lot with when I was working on something. So, hoping to practice more on soldering and desoldering, and yeah, recapping feels like it's inevitable. You have to use it in today's world, you know. Down goes the water. I should save. I haven't saved in a while. Haha. I get it. I don't get it. Nice. Nice you have a pipeline there, Solar. That's always been a challenge for me, too. It's just like, what are you going to do next, you know? Often I end up just kind of working on one and then like, oh, crud, I should probably plan the next one. Again, this is still very interactive, you know, what it is, so. Oh, yeah, I bet. I bet if you're recapping a lot, I've seen that on RMC, right? He uses that a lot, too. A desoldering gun must help dramatically with... How do you, Oops, that's not what I want to do. I don't know how to scale this. I don't think it told me. Move back, run. Sidestep. Shield. Jump, I think, is just forward. Let's look in the big manual, I guess. How do I climb up stuff? It's immersion. Movement on foot. Climb is C. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? It wouldn't be like that you just walk up and it contextually grabs it. No, no, it has to be a separate command or button for it, so. Which I might add was not on the quick thing. Like, the quick movement stuff here did not have that. I had to go to the deeper manual for that, so. Well, this looks bad. To exit, clear the way to the source and extinguish the braziers. Braziers. What to say? To exit, clear the way to the source and extinguish the braziers. Oh. Ah. We just need to do this. So basically learning to use this spell. A lot of mana. Oh. So I guess I should look at my spell book or the potion book. Blue is mana breath. So I should drink a blue potion. I'm only a little bit on fire. Can I tuck and roll? It appears I am on fire.
You all that I can, Avatar,
Oh, Stuart.
but you still have much to learn. Once you
Like,
step
for instance,
outside these
not being
doors,
on fire.
your enemies will be numerous.
That's fine.
Nearby,
That's
there is a
fine.
cave. Within it lies the means to reach Britain, where you may seek out the wise Lord British. Fare thee well, my friend.
Can I get in the water to extinguish said flames? Nope. Well, this game is on fire. There. Oh, I think it expired. Some nice dithering there on the thing. Well, that's not annoying. Take that, I'm gonna throw some rocks at you. And I think they really are trying to, again, make the game immersive and make it feel like you're, you know, actually in the world. But it makes it feel pretty janky, too. Turn that down a little bit, because that is annoying. Avatar's pretty badass. He just punched a wolf to death. Yeah. Eating, or take it easy, Bruce. See you next time. It's an interesting game, to say the least. And again, you see all the ideas and ambitions there, so I'll turn the brightness down a little bit, so. I had turned up the gamma in the game because it was super dark, so so now that's hitting me back. I'm gonna have to go out of the game and turn down gamma a little bit again. It's very high. Can I pick up these mushrooms? Nope. It's curious what happens when I run out of that was something different. I should not have drank that. What's this say? Orange is mana boost. Healing is yellow. Okay. There we go. Drink all the potions. Alright, see you, Solar. Again, I think this game would be much more enjoyable too, but we're also used to kind of modern control schemes.
Back, Avatar. Wait until you see what I have done to your beloved land. You and I will have some fun together here in Britannia.
Ominous. He sounds like a nice guy. Maybe he's gonna have me over for tea. Oh, hello.
I see. You've come at last. You're too late, Avatar. Britannia is ours. My master will be most pleased.
Well,
with
can
me
I throw a
when
rock
bring
at you?
to him.
Who are you?
I am
Who are you?
Commando of the Worm
It's just the
Guard,
conviction
and
he's
I'm
reading
going
these
to
lines
use your
with.
capture to gain
Who are
rank
you?
in the guard.
Who is your master?
His name is Lord Blackthorn.
Ooh.
Don't worry, you'll be meeting him soon enough.
I'm sorry, but that was just ridiculous. Like, oh, I am monologuing, and you're gonna do this, and you're gonna... Oh, yeah? Threw a rock at him, and he died. That was a little anticlimactic, don't you think? Now I have a sword, at least, so that's good. I think I pebbled him to death. I don't want to be... I hate, like, just digging on a game. I don't want to sit there and, like, just rip into a game. Every game has good intentions originally. Some games are really, really bad, of course, but you can see there is the intention of what they wanted to do, right? They wanted an immersive game that felt like a real world lived in and everything, right? And I think that that's just, you know... Yeah. Can I open this? Oh, it's just a portal. Okay. Whee! Loading. Whoa, spell effect. Well, that's convenient. I'm running really slow here with all the effects going on. Save. Hello.
So, you have arrived at last.
Ew.
My name is Hennington. I'm Lord British's Seneschal. I run his daily affairs. He has been expecting you for quite some time. You should go find him right away. He needs to talk to you. It's very important.
Can I loot everything, though?
May I ask you some questions?
Certainly not. You need to talk to Lord British. It's very important.
Yes, Lord British
Now
in
go.
Britain, the capital of Britannia. Oh goodness, I'm gonna get a copyright flag on this thing because it is now playing. Do, 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 do. Hail Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. I think that's the
Avatar, it is
yeah.
you
So this
at
is Lord
long
British, then
last.
basically the
I sent
avatar
word
of Lord
sealing
British
ages ago
or
and have awaited
Richard
your
Garriott
arrival
himself.
Day and night, and now you're here. Welcome back to Britannia, Avatar.
So, I mean,
Sadly, I
if you play
fear
the
that
whole
I
Ultima
have
series,
little
this is
to
a
offer
trip
you,
because it's the
but
full
what I
3D
have
game
is
and they reference
yours.
all the old
I
games.
tell
So you think
truly,
about it,
Avatar, trouble,
it'd be like, you know,
very serious troubles
having a long
afflicted
game
our
series and
land.
then seeing the
We
world you
need
already
your
love
help
in
if
full 3D
Britannia
all of a
is to
sudden. So,
survive in peace and security.
What evil has been unleashed in Britannia?
but you also feel that,
You're
you know,
not
I'm not sure if there
entirely
are like
sure.
high texture pack or high resolution texture
Giant
packs or
columns have
re-releases of this
sprung from
game
the ground.
because, you know, all the
My
skeleton
advisors
pieces
tell
are
me that
there,
there
but
is sickness
at the
in
end of the
many
day, you're
areas,
kind of limited by
poverty in others,
how the game
and that
is. Does that make
strife
sense?
is
So,
spreading. I am told that the people have grown discontented
Cat hair.
with my rule. Yet I know not what to do. I fear
Hmm.
that only you can solve the mystery of this pernicious darkness, Avatar.
they don't like me. Clearly, there must
I
be
know
something
that I
evil
have
at
asked much of you
at
over
work.
the years,
Like, no, you're
but
just
we
a jerk.
need you now more than ever. Will you dedicate yourself to our survival?
Or just farewell.
On my
Fine,
word.
Thank you, Avatar. You have truly given this land
fine.
a
We'll be the
hope of
heroic
survival.
mage here now. That
I
gets
suggest
they can
that
throw
you
rocks
first
at
go
people.
to the dungeon Despise. It is located just northeast of Britain. It is easy to find. Just look for the great
Well, the
column
clipping
that
distance
reaches
is
into
pretty
the
short, so I'm not
sky.
sure I'll be able to do
The
that. But
entrance to Despise is next to the column. Are you in need of more detailed instructions, or do you think that will suffice?
No, thank you. I'll be able to find
we will run around
Very
aimlessly
well.
and not find it.
Still,
And it feels like
let me
a
give you this map.
proto-Morrowind in a
It
sense,
is
right?
certain to help you in your journeys. Within the dungeon, you will find
It's funny
one of
how
these
fast
columns, and
games
with it,
developed, or not
perhaps some
developed, but how
answers.
fast things were
Of
moving at
course,
that
you're free
era.
to take any
Think of a
supplies
game
that
from
you
like
find here in
97
my
and go to a
castle.
game like in
In
2002,
fact, I have had a
you
room
know, take a 5-year
upstairs
difference
prepared
there.
for you
Like,
should
the
you wish to
difference
use it.
in
There
game
is even
fidelity
some
in that
money
era was
Take it and use it
ridiculous.
to buy supplies
I mean,
or
think of it just
whatever you
even
may need
early,
in
or
town.
like
I will
92 to
do
97, you
anything
know?
that I
There were
can
so
to
many
aid
things
you in
happening.
your quest.
Not
May
saying that
all
games
the
today aren't
virtues
very
be with
impressive
you,
and,
my
you know,
son.
incredible graphical details and whatnot, but, can I have your shield?
Greetings, sir. Move along now. There's nothing to see here.
Oh, fine. I didn't want to talk to you either. Alright. Good evening, Joseph. The game's really struggling when you get into these open areas here. Let's go find some stuff to loot. Or buy. Did they give me any gold? Look at the fog here now. We have wide open area and the game is not liking these open areas. Ooh, I like that.
Hello, citizen.
He sounds like a fun chap.
Move along now. There's nothing to see here.
Fine. Yeah, it's probably old enough and it shouldn't be public domain or something, but you never know. It's funny because, I mean, I have at least one now. So I have... Many of my live streams end up with the content ID match, which is fine, because a lot of times we stream, like with the PlayStation stuff, Wipeout. They're, you know... That has actual licensed songs. So that we're gonna flag, that's fine. But all the other ones, like it flagged when we played Roller Coaster Tycoon, the merry-go-round has an Austrian march from 1906, and they blamed that they said they had the rights to that, and I used a cover version. I'm like, hang on a second here, that is a public domain song at this point because it's old enough for the copyright to expired, but they still claimed it. So now it's an escrow, meaning that they, you know, no one gets any money until they can decline it and say like, nope, we still own the copyright. Like they're the arbiters of it, so. You know, they, or the copyright owners have all the power in the system, which, I mean, that's the only way they can get advertisers to it, so it makes sense on that level, but it's annoying, so. Oh, interesting. Yeah, because, I mean, Voodoo 5 was, of course, at the end of its reign, or Voodoo at this era was definitely coming to an end, right? So, can I buy some stuff, or just... Can I take the food? Oh, yeah. Taking all the food. Yeah. I mean, I understand that's the only way they can get advertisers. But it's just... It's annoying and frustrating how little control you have. How little control you have of it. Aha, what a zinger. Hello.
Oh, you're the Avatar,
Can I loot you?
aren't you? My employer has been awaiting your return.
Who's your employer?
Why, the mayor, of course. Avatar, we must rid this city of the human
Oh
refuse
my.
that infests it.
Why? What have the poor done?
They're sick, they're poor, they contribute absolutely nothing of
Oh
worth.
my.
Out! Out! Out, I say!
But Britain is the city of compassion.
Don't give me that claptrap.
Oh my.
Compassion is another word for chump.
How do you really feel
Out
about
of
this?
my way, Avatar. I'm busy.
Farewell.
Well, I'm gonna loot your chest, though. Look at that. Got some nice stuff in here. It would be a shame if someone just took it. Whoops. You won't be needing this. You saw nothing. Thought I was almost stuck there. It's weird. Again, I can't think if this game ran this slow back then, but it's hard to remember, right? And also what machine I had. Well, I know I had a P3500 for sure. I do not know what the video card here is at default. The Glide is not doing its thing. Cannot take that. I like you can move stuff around. Oh, I thought it was a potion. It's like a chamber pot.
Oh, I didn't know someone was there. My, you're a handsome one.
Well,
Perhaps
gee,
you'd
it's a
like
little
to
forward,
take
don't
me
you
out
think?
to the tavern?
What is your name?
I'm Mary Beth, and you're
Very,
the Avatar,
a
aren't
little
you?
wish
makes you
fulfillment
think that?
fantasy going on here
I've
from
seen
the
you
creators
in
of
the
this game.
Tapestry of Ages. You're very handsome.
What is the Tapestry of Ages?
That is
Oh,
on.
It's a
Where to see the
big,
tapestries?
Beautiful tapestry that depicts all of your
That is the thing that's
wonderful
in the box
adventures
here.
in Britannia.
Tapestry.
It
This
hangs
thing.
in the museum here in Britain. You should go and see it.
Which you can see.
Are you feeling all right?
I'm perfectly fine.
She's not.
Do you know the mayor?
Of course I know the mayor. I'm his daughter. He's a good and compassionate man.
Except sending all the poor away.
Goodbye.
Farewell, handsome.
Wow. Yeah, I think it's because the cutoff is just so strong here. That's what's happening. And also the settings are very, very low. Or I shouldn't say super low, but to make the game run at a respectable rate. Ooh, look at this. What's in here then? Just, you know, gold. The Avatar is a well-known thief. Hey, Zoe. I'm not sure if there is a system in this game that tracks that or not, but... It's clipping so bad. The clouds are going in, that's going into the castle here. So now, if we were to go in here and then increase the... sorry, I don't want to do that. Well... We'll go then... Okay, so we have... We go to highest quality here now and we look at it. Like, we can see a lot more, but, I mean, it is just running pretty choppy, and the pop-in is still there. So, yeah. Hi, Zoe. So we'll go to... Maybe we can have more additional terrain viewing. Excuse me. See if we can find some happy middle ground there. Yeah, the castle is gone. You don't listen to Rule Britannia forever? Okay, we plundered, I mean, investigated this house long enough right now. Let's run around and see if we can find a shop or something to buy some equipment. Got a little bit of gold that I looted. I think this city is actually, I mean, we're not talking Skyrim big here now, but it's still pretty impressive, I think, for the era. The fact that there's a town here you can explore. So, well, there we go. We're getting pretty good speeds now. The view and distance. No, there is no settings. Now, I will say there's an options.ini file that has a lot of settings in it, including with a guide, and you can tweak that. But I found that anytime I set anything higher in there, you know, it just, the game runs like dog, and I don't know what's going on there, if it's just that game, this game is just that poor, or if it's the era, you know, I just don't remember from this time. And I haven't tried this game on a more powerful machine than this. Because again, this is very, very era-appropriate machine for this game. Faster than recommended, but I'm curious if a faster processor will help to uncork it, but I'm not sure. Let's see, what do we got here? Reagents, okay. Door is locked. What? Door's locked, but... Got anything I can steal? I'd like to come in and steal, please. No. Kind of want to get to the first dungeon here pretty quickly instead of running around in town. I know we played Ultima... Was it 7? 8? I don't remember which one we played. Then we kind of bumbled around in town forever, found the first monster, and promptly died. This is fine. But yeah, there's not much in the way of options, at least in the game. Like, you can modify the options any file, but then you have to kind of decipher what each setting does. And I found some optimization guides. Most of them were based on a much more powerful machine, so that wasn't much helpful, or very helpful. Ooh, hello.
Welcome. My name is Cameron, and as you can see,
can I steal stuff? I mean, sell?
And other jewelry. Also, if you ever need to have a gem cut, I am the man to talk to. So, what can I do for you?
Nothing today, friend. Farewell.
Farewell, then.
Easy enough. Hi. It's a lovely gem you have sitting there.
Welcome.
Can I sell a gem?
My name is Cameron, and as you can see, I buy and sell gems and other jewelry. Also, if you ever need to have a gem cut, I am the man to talk to. So, what can I do for you?
I have some gems that you may be interested in.
Anything else I can do for you?
Nothing today, friend.
He looked away.
Farewell, then.
Easy money. Look at that. 300 cold cash, like that. You got any more gems laying around loose that we can look at? You know, I kind of missed the era where, like, all the games now have some kind of moral system. You know, it adds the immersion that you gotta, you know, not be spotted and all that good stuff. But there was something fun with the RPGs of the back day. We just rummaged through everything. Every box was fair game. Which, of course, this game follows that pattern. You can just loot whatever the heck you want and no one cares. Look at this. This is 99. You have, like, this, you know, view over the city and everything. Well, to be fair, he looked away a little bit. So, you know, can I open these two? He's looking away. Ah. So again, you see where they really tried to, you know, we're gonna have this whole game world, but then it's got a little jank to it. So it breaks the immersion just a little bit, would you say? All right, what can I buy here? Anything? Stabbity stab. A torch? Look at that, he actually equipped it. I bet I can't unequip it now. This is fine. We'll just light the torch and leave it in the storeroom. There we go. That's right, yeah, I love that too. And that wasn't the original. Because you steal from the shop there, the guy would just attack you and everything in the original Game Boy version. This is a general store. It would be great if I could, like, shop here. Take all your clothes. But, you know, then you get the immersion being surface level, right? It doesn't... Can I take the shovel? Yep. Got a shovel. Might come in handy. Rob everyone blind here. I'm the Avatar. Official Avatar business. That looks expensive. No, can't bring that to the... So you feel like, you know, you think about a game like Skyrim or something where you really can take or interact with everything, but here you can move stuff around, but you can't pick it up, so... It would appear. Let's check this place out first. Look at that, he's just leaning.
Hello, citizen.
He's loitering.
Keep moving. There's nothing to see here.
Okay. Museum of Britannia. Inspect the lovely tapestries. So all of these are box covers for the other Ultima games. I think the Tapestry of Ages, there we go. That's the whole thing.
The Avatar and his 8 companions struggle against the tyranny of Blackthorn's Inquisition. The traveler is proclaimed the Avatar for his own purity. And for
Yeah, so you can hear all the story about the old games. I mean, if you were a huge fan, this came out, which I wasn't really. An amazing experience to see all this stuff, so... Tapestry of Ages. This magical work tells the story of the Avatar from Age of Darkness throughout the Age of Virtue, and that even foretells the future in this Age of Enlightenment. Which would be this thing here, then.
The Avatar will ascend beyond mortality, never to return to Britannia again.
That is what's going to go happen here now. Ooh. Can I take it? Oh. And steal in here? No. That's true. I'm incorruptible. Let's steal everything. It is, again, a fascinating game of the era. Hail to thee. But the texture popping is something fierce here. Ooh, upstairs. Anything I steal up here? Guard. So yeah, they took the opportunity to really, like, fill in the gaps here, I guess. Or at least, you know, pay homage to the rest of the series.
Good day, sir.
Again, I get a feeling this game should run better than it is. And I found it interesting, and Pixel, maybe you have some input on that too. It seems like when I turn off the run in the single mode on the Voodoo 5, running in the Voodoo 4 mode, basically, there was virtually no performance difference. So now this game was made before the Voodoo 5 was out, obviously, so there might be that part. But I thought the double or the SLI component was handled by the driver altogether, so... But I just feel like it's not running quite as good as it should. Tavern. You know, I'm not sure. I remember playing it for like a couple dozen hours, maybe. Back then. I don't think I beat it. I don't think I got more than to like the first, like, or the second town in the game. It's a pretty long one, but a rough to experience. Alright, let's go and slay some stuff, right? I was hoping to find like an actual shop where there's a blacksmith. Can I buy stuff? Equip? Yeah, that's what I wonder too, is like I have plans. What I'll probably do, I'm thinking now, and I was talking about it earlier on Discord too, I'll probably upgrade this to a 1 gigahertz and then throw a little more RAM in it, and it feels more appropriate with the Voodoo 5, make it more of a 2000 machine, because it started more like a 99 machine.
Well, hello, mate.
Although it had
How
have a
are you? The
Radeon
name's Giovanni. I'm the
8500 in
blacksmith
it,
around here.
so
I've got all
before,
manner
which
of
is more
weapons.
powerful. But
Armor, anything the adventurous sort might need.
Hmm.
What do you say then? Go on in and have a look about. Just talk to my wife Olwen if you want to buy something.
Yeah. Oh, I can't steal that. But I'm a kleptomaniac avatar. 52 minutes. Well, so that's a speed run. I assume they use a lot of clips and who knows what.
Welcome, Avatar. We have all manner of goods.
Oh, here we go.
What do you fancy?
I feel like I want to watch speed run later now. Show me your wares.
How did you know that I'm the Avatar?
Well, word spreads quickly, Avatar. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope that I'm not being too familiar by
Of course, you're the Fable one that just popped up to town here now, so they're all just fawning over you.
Back in Britannia.
Show me your wares.
Show me your wares. Leather, steel buckler, staff, hand axe. I already have what I need, I guess. Can I sell anything? Nothing to sell.
Thank you. Will there be anything else?
I didn't buy anything, but, you know, carry on.
I would
There we
like
go.
to sell some items.
That I, found. I think I already have the other stuff equipped, so. There's no, like...
Thank you. Will
Let's see if
there
there's
be
an actual
anything
inventory
else?
system here, like what I'm wearing, because there's nothing that shows my character and what I'm actually wearing, besides, like, what's actually on my person. Ship travel. Reagents. Interaction, open journal, spellbook. But there's no, like, you know, it's trying to be immersive, right, to the fault of itself. Like, I feel like Black and White tried to do that too. Of course, it's a very different game, but they tried to, like, remove all, like, UI to make it, like, you know, immersive. But that makes it very difficult too sometimes. Target acquisition, spellbook, journal, advanced commands, camera controls, cursor. Conversation. Okay. Performance versus quality. We already did that. Nope. Looking at some of the text here for running the game, but nothing really, I think. It's funny, when I install the game, it suggests or does an auto detection saying, what's your CPU speed? And it did peg it at the highest one, I believe. So, but would not run it in the highest mode, so. Let's see what it says here. I just don't think there's anything you can do to just look at your character. B open and closes backpack, and that's it. So.
Nothing today, good lady.
Excuse me, Avatar. Should your adventurers take you to the Dungeon of Despise, could you keep an eye out for any valuable equipment that might be lying
Well,
around?
geez. Yeah, you go out and do all the
Most
dangerous
of my
stuff, and I'll
best
take your stuff.
inventory to a group who went to Despise and never returned. I would, of course, pay a fair price for anything you find.
Can you go to loot info me? Because now, look at my backpack. Like, I don't know. What is this? You know, what is. Is that the leather one? I don't know which one is which. Like, it doesn't tell me. That's the Avatar one, I think. Probably want to wear that. It's like, I don't know which one is better. Until I go in here now and look at it.
Welcome, Avatar. We have all manner of goods.
Immersion.
What do you fancy?
I would like to sell some items.
Okay, so now I'm wearing the leather ones, which I don't know if they're better or worse than the avatar boots, but we'll assume the avatar stuff is starter stuff, so.
Nothing today, good lady.
Excuse me, Avatar.
Okay,
Should your
we already had this
adventurous
conversation.
go to the dungeon
No!
of despise, could you keep an eye
It just,
out for any
you know,
valuable equipment that might be lying about?
we're used to very smooth interactions with games now. They've streamlined things down so well that you have kind of an expectation or set what you expect from a game and how you interact with it. And it was still the Wild West in the, you know, late 90s with the stuff where games just kind of made up their own interaction methods, especially here where it's trying to be hyper interactive, and it's just it's very different. So all right, well, it would be nice to find like the spell shop or something. I buy some reagents for my spells if I can, but that was the tavern. It's the archery. I guess we'll just run out and see what happens. Oh, let's see, back to the tavern. We don't need any archery gear, so we're just going to run out and throw our rocks at things, I guess. Just look at the tower. Too bad I can't see that far. What did the journal say? I don't want to do that. All the things, bestiary. Take anything I find of use in the castle, even has a bedroom prepared upstairs for should I need it. Go to first dungeon of spies, just northeast of Britain, and the entrance is next to one of the columns. Just northeast. And this is the south part of town, so... Can I run around it? Or is there an exit on the north side of town? Let's see if there's an exit on the north side of town, I guess. I think there was, right? Exciting travel. I am holding the shift key to run constantly. Yeah, I changed some of the settings a little bit. We tweaked, I think, the drawing distance above all. I noticed if the fog is cutting in much sooner. I think that was set to really far, and that did not help. So, this is a reagent shop, so...
Sorry, can't talk right now.
Sorry, can't talk right now. Okay. Fine. I didn't want to talk to you anyway. Ooh, that guy looks like a wizard dude. Maybe no.
If you're looking to buy some reagents, I'm afraid that you're out of luck. The fellow who owns this shop is gone, and I'm beginning to worry that he might not be back.
Well, I kind of need reagents.
What's the shop owner's name, and where did he go?
Did he go to the dungeon of the spies?
It's probably short for something, but I don't know what. Anyway, he went to Cove because he heard that his brother was in danger. From what I've heard about Cove, I don't think that Nico will be back. If that happens, where will we get reagents?
Is Nico the only reagent merchant in Britain?
He is the only one that I know of.
Voice acting is, yeah.
What have you heard about Cove?
Well, from what I hear, things in Cove are worse than they are in Moonglow. Apparently, Cove has been taken over by violent brigands who prey on the weak. Nico went there to retrieve his brother.
Sounds like I need to steal my way through there.
How are things in Moonglow?
It's got fully voiced acting, so I mean that's cool on that level. Excuse me, but the quality is, you know.
City of magic. Now both of these aspects are being twisted. I came here in hopes of finding a better life.
Let's get to that dungeon to spies.
There's a problem with magic?
It doesn't work anymore.
No.
Well, linear spells work, and scrolls still work, but you can't find
so you have
spells
to
to a
unlock
spellbook
it.
anymore.
Nice little limited progression there.
Very wrong with the moon gates. I've been looking for a way to fix these problems, and need some reagents for my experiments. Unfortunately, I've had no luck.
That's, again, you're used to a certain level, what the game does these days. But, I mean, back then this would have been potentially very, very immersive. I'm trying to think of other games from 99, you know. We didn't have any RPGs on that level. Besides, you know, you had your Fallout, and, you know, top-down, you know, your Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate 2 came out in 99, didn't it? That's a very deep game, but it's a very different tactical game, right? So,
How do you bind a spell to a spell book?
Well, I'd be happy to tell you. It's quite simple, really. First, you must go to a binding pentagram. These can be found in most any town or dungeon and can be identified by the candles placed at the ends of the star. Then, place the scroll and reagents for the spell into the center of the pentagram.
So interesting, in the Ultima universe or Ultima games, they make spellcasting really challenging. Like in Ultima Online, you have to carry reagents. Like every time you cast Lightning Bolt, you need like several reagents for every single spell you cast.
Reagents will disappear, and the spell will be bound into your spell book.
And if you don't have...
If you do not have the proper reagents, or if any step of the ritual has been done incorrectly, you will lose both the scroll and the reagents.
Very well. Goodbye, then.
I'm done talking to this guy. I think it was northeast of town, right? So we'll start our exit there. Got a map here. I guess I can look at the big map. I just unfold this map here. Northeast of town. Okay. This map is not very helpful for this sort of level. I think he said northeast. Yeah, it's interesting because, I mean, I remember playing Ultima Online, you ran around and like, oh, I ran out of Mandrake route and I can't cast Lightning Bolt anymore. And then you're as a mage, you're just screwed. You got to plan ahead. I think it seems like they thought like spellcasting is so powerful, they kind of overcompensated to make it difficult. But it made it challenging, so. Challenging to say the least. So this goes to the northwest. We don't want that, we want northeast. A bridge gonna pop in there. Nice pop in here. Fish. A knife. Can't take that. Oh good, I'm poisoned. Oh. Which one was poisoned? Let's see. Cure poison's red. Well, I should not stab rats, apparently. Nearly killed me there. I'm almost out of potions there. This will be just fine. I'm sure we will not run all the way to the first dungeon and get insta-kill with the first thing that hits us. Surely not. We'll see, but... I mean, I think it's funny because you look back at MMOs back in the day, right? And they were all trying to, like, make it like it was an effort to get to where you wanted to be, or it was like you were supposed to be rewarded after hard work to get to the point where you wanted to be, right? And I think they sacrificed just fun in a lot of cases because of that, so. Well, I see the road over there, so. We'll just swim here. Oh, I guess there was a road out there, but roads are for chumps. We're just gonna toss rocks at these guys like crazy, because I'd like to not, say I remember to save. I'd like to not get poison again, because poison in virtually every game just sucks. I don't think that's costing anything, so... That sound effect is horrible, though. Yeah. What a sound effect. Should not have been a mage. Just I didn't have to get that sound effect. That is infuriatingly annoying. Coin? Nope. Hello there. You gonna attack me too? No.
Ah, Avatar! On your way to the Dungeon of Despise.
I just swam here.
How did you know I was going to despise?
Well,
implied.
it's just down the road a bit, and you being
Yeah,
the
but
Avatar, it just made
it
sense
kinda made
that you be
sense.
doing a bit of adventuring.
Do you have any suggestions for what I'll need in despise?
The camera pans out every time he
You've got
talks.
some good, sturdy armor and a strong sword. Some healing potions would help, and a bow is always a good idea. You're likely to run into all manner of beasts in that pit.
I'm just gonna throw rocks. Lots and lots of
What
rocks.
I always do before going down there. I go and meditate at the shrine for peace and wisdom.
How do I find the dungeon?
Follow this path north, and seek the entrance in the mountains to the east. If you
I'm
pass
not trying to, like, you know, it's got a little Morrowind feel to it there. They're not trying to give you a guide marker, right?
Farewell.
But instead trying to kind of give you directions on how to get there. Which is nice. And that goat is walking on the fence. There's a rat in there. Ah, sound effects. I apologize for that sound effect because it is just awful. A bow here I can borrow, perhaps? No. Arrows, but no bow. I'll take the arrows, though. But also, you see kind of like the proto ideas from a lot of these like third-person action RPGs, or deep RPGs too. I mean, the DNA for Witcher is here, right? As much as it feels like it's kind of janky, the DNA is there. Oh, we have a potion in there. I'm gonna borrow that. Thank you. You didn't see anything. Let's head north. But it's nice that the magic, I guess, is cut off then right now. So that looks like a goblin there. Hit the pillar, you've gone too far. So I need to go here. These spell effects are interesting. Ah, oh, there it is. So, I believe, like I mentioned in the beginning of the stream here now, that this game was supposed to be a much grander scope. Like, they had a very large world plan, but then, as I restarted developing several times, they had to kind of shrink it a little bit, so... Alright, thanks for stopping by, Pixel. See you next time. Ooh, look at that undulating lava there. So, the fact that it's like, oh yeah, you gotta go up here and whatever, I mean, it's like 10 feet out. Morrowind at least had, you know, which was of course a much later game, had you know, run around. But look at that, it's not even in the loading zone. It goes right into the dungeon. That's actually quite impressive for the time. We're gonna save. Then we're going to stone throw everything here. But it's always, when I play games like this, it's always a challenge for me to decide, like, do I play with fully era-appropriate, or do I play with something overpowered? A lot of 3D games, they benefit, of course, from something more overpowered. I opted for this machine here now, but then you get all the quirks that comes with running a era-appropriate game here, so... But at the same time, so far as we played, yeah, it's been a little choppy sometimes, but, I mean, this would have been more than a playable experience for me for this era. I wouldn't have, like, been begrudging this. The water's refreshing. Well, we'll all be deaf before this dungeon's over, so there's that part. Nothing like an old-fashioned dungeon crawl, huh? We get a little bit of an EAX 3D sound effect there, too. A lever. Let's pull it. The door opens. Aha! Cast magic missile to darkness. The face there looks ominous. Oh, I got a light. Aha! What a puzzle. Boy, I can just rapid fire this freaking rock throw. I mean, lightning bolts and fireball, you know, that's fine, everything, but here we're just rapid firing rocks at their face. What an interesting game. I think that's what it comes down to. This game is just really interesting. So, any of you guys that have played this game at all? I mean, I heard someone said they had, oh, there's stuff up there, isn't there? This is like a jumping puzzle. Sure is. I don't think of anything that's equivalent from this era. Look at that. Oh, I'll take off your shirt. Found the yellow Kirin stone. That's probably important. I think he jumps where I target, which is really helpful. And jumping is just like you press the space button and just wait for him to land where you targeted, and that's about it, so. No? Can do. Okay. Well, still, there's something very satisfying again, which is some good old-fashioned dungeon crawling. Okay. Now, where's a chest over here? Key. That'll come in handy.
Who's there? Please help us.
Huh?
Thank you for freeing us. What can
Oh,
we do to repay
well,
you?
is he?
Who are you?
I'm Castro,
Oh.
and this here's Felix. We live in Britain.
Or at least we did live in
That was
Britain
very
until
easy.
They decided to shove all the poor people
Hmm.
away to pause. What a disgusting swamp.
That's why we decided to risk coming to the dungeon to look for the Kirin stone. I guess we thought we could buy the right to stay in Britain.
Well, is he?
What is this Kirin stone?
You mean the stone I have in my inventory?
It was hidden here and despised decades ago. The Kirin stone is the key and was
Okay.
hidden in 4 pieces within this dungeon.
I have
we
one
don't know
stone.
for sure what the item is, but we came here hoping it would be
Hmm.
valuable. After this past week, though, I don't care about the money anymore. Felix and I are going back to Britain to find something to eat.
Where might I find the pieces of the stone?
Well, I have
Part
one
of the
piece
Kirin
already.
stone lies atop the greatest pillar in the pillar room.
Yep.
And I know I won't be looking for it anymore. Our 2 friends, Thaddeus and Morden,
Hmm.
were also in the dungeon looking for the stone. Each one of us had the location of one of the stones. So if you can find them, you'll find the other 2 parts
Sounds
of it.
complicated.
All I
Can I
know is there's supposed to be a piece behind the wall of water. You may not be able to find all 4 pieces if Thaddeus and Morden have already found theirs, but you never know. They may have left a long time ago.
All right.
Thanks for the information. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yeah, but do you have anything here I can take? No. 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 Nothing. Jeez. That's worthless. I don't have anything with that. That up there. I don't have a bow. Otherwise I shoot an arrow out there. It seems like that would be an arrow thing, but... How do you open this door? Hmm. There wasn't anywhere else to go in this dungeon, so... Aw. This can't be too complicated. See the water there, but I don't think there's anything to do with... Already getting stumped by the puzzles here. Yeah, I remember the looking up the... Just opens that door. Looking this game up a little bit in the beginning when I was just researching it. That it seems like they were looking at using this as an isometric view thing. There we go, there's the main map. So yeah, the world's pretty small because we walked there. I can't move the mouse now. But you see the main city, or Britain, is in the middle there, and then to the northeast of that is that tower, and that's where we are. So, not very far distance to travel, and that already is a pretty big piece of the map, honestly. So, it's not, you know, the game world is not huge that you might expect, so. Can't do anything with that face there. Oh. Okay, so people have actually unlocked more stuff to make it more playable, or added features and everything. See, that doesn't feel like this game is super long, but I'm almost curious to check out the speedrun after this here now. Well. That did nothing. Any ideas how I open this? Because that is not opening. I already got the stone to the top there. Take that, bats. Not at all annoying, sorry. I guess I probably just, you know, put some portions of the game away that weren't ready, right? So. I don't see any switches anywhere here. Let's see what the journal says. I think there's a quicker way. Good evening, or good morning. And then I ran into two characters in Britain who came looking for magical artifacts. They said it was worth some money. 4 pieces of Kirin stone. They were able to tell me that one of the gems is on top of the Great Pillar and the other is behind a wall of water. Okay, here we go. We got some equipment here. Intelligent, brilliant. Now is it fists? Journal notes. Okay, so you can use the bookmark to get back. There we go. That's easier. I am in the Dungeon of Despise now, anyway. Or I hope this is Dungeon of Despise. It makes sense. But I do not know how to get through that door. Also, it's an exit somewhere. Check out the beginning of the dungeon again. I don't think there's anything else over there, so. This just closes off, I think. Maybe this opens the other door over there, then. Nope. Already stumped by the puzzle. Fine. Got stuck there. I don't think there's anything else over here. That girl's body there. I think there's a little fountain at the beginning of each dungeon, but... Look at the journal again. Let's see. Entrance is next to one of the columns. Well, that's where we are, so... Okay, there's a switch elsewhere, so we'll look through that room some more then. Switch hunting. Delightful. Probably a little button somewhere that does it. Let's see. The buttons are at least have a different color usually, so... Immersive RPG experience. I wish I could zoom in or something, but I cannot. Nothing on the walls here. I think there's a switch elsewhere, not in this room. I guess there could be a switch in that room that had the dudes, or it could be something up the top here too. We do have this button here. That opens just that, so... You really just press space where you want to go and he jumps there, so... Let's see... Oh, there's a switch right there on that pillar. You got it. Click. Haha. Thank you for that. We did it. Yeah, I just realized how the jumping mechanic works now. It makes it super easy. Because you just literally just point where you want to jump and then press space and he jumps there. Easy. Save. I don't fancy my chances here now, so start flinging rocks everywhere. Oh, this looks good. Save often and all the time. That looks... There's a room down there, though. I kind of want to check that out. We just saved, so... This is interesting down here. Oh, yeah. I'll miss out on the chest here, and there's a picture of me. Beware the offering of darkness. Oh, I think my inventory is actually full now. I have enough empty bottles. Can I, fill up? Nope, it's not letting me do that. Curious that the bottles are single use. Cannot put them in there. Alright, I thought it would be cool if you can fill them up or something, but nope. Health potion, or a cure disease potion, a potion. Learning those now. Secret door here, look at that. Whoa. Oh, there's a waterfall there. This was a way to get around that. Interesting, so I think pretty much had to go this way, yep. Cool. Guard the post, it says. How? Alright. Just kind of looking through, see if there's any tricks for this dungeon. I mean, it pulls you in, right? It's like, you know, whatever jankiness it feels like the game has now. I think the biggest thing against it was the long development cycle, and then also the, you know, the amount of bugs that was when the game launched. Like, you can say what you want about the game in general, how it plays, but back then it was not good on launch. Look at that. That looks fine. Delightful. Have to fill that up with water first. Carry that over with me. Fill with water and then bring it back here. Puzzles. Pentagram and water. That seems like a good combination here. I'll allow it. Surely nothing bad will happen. Oh, that was easy. Just put a bucket of water and opens the door. That was kind of a anticlimactic room there. Much ado about nothing. I guess it is the first dungeon, so we should remember that. Rats. Never mind. Hello? There's no limit on the spell speed there, and the linear ones don't cost any mana, so... I don't do a ton of damage, probably, but... bar those poor rats with rocks. Yeah, I think the biggest thing the patches do provide is stability, right? They don't crash as much. Take that, rocks. Gold. Gold. Lots of gold. Big pile of gold. All right. Oh. Machine gun rock thrower. Well, this game would have been easier as a warrior or something, but at the same time, the questions were, you just got to know the path that it in the beginning. But I could have sworn when I played the game the first time, you were allowed to basically just say like, hey, I don't want to use this path. Come on, there's weapons on the wall and I can't use them. What's in that chest then? Can't wear that, I guess. Can I take the shield? I'll say there's a door there, obviously. Can I not take these? There's weapons right there. Well, this dagger looks interesting. That's what I already have. So what opens that door there? Because it is pretty obviously just a door right here. It is locked, so... let's just switch somewhere. It's probably a way out, maybe? That does not open, so... a lever? Alright, well, that's useful. Probably someone when we get there. And a potion. Look at this stuff here. Beyond the dining room wall lies a hidden way. I got that, but... alright, got a better tunic here. It's, I will say, not all the games around this era would replace your, you know... the armor on the character directly like that. There we go. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. What's down here then? A chest. Ooh, gold. Take that. More potions. I don't know what the blue one did. I guess I can look it up. Oh, the fountains are nice. I think we did the game Darkstone, did the same thing. It had a fountain in the beginning of each level. And I mean, Diablo has done that for a long time too, right? So it's time to save again. Saving often, because I feel like sooner or later here I'm going to run into a proverbial brick wall where I just get killed. So let's drop some of these. Don't need those. Munch on apple. Don't need that. Good thing I have my, say, my trusty shovel with me, in case I need it. Well, oh, I didn't mean to drink that. No. Let's go back and get healed in the fountain then. Ouch. Let's see. I think, what was the cure poison one? Was it red? Cure poison was red, yeah. That's annoying. I didn't mean to. I thought it was like a little plaque. I was trying to read it, not drink it. Well. Wow. That would have build engine game. I would have been squished in that door by now. Okay, let's not drink that. Where's my next rock victim? Right here. Ah. Already poisoned again. Ooh, bow and arrow. Well, that could come in handy. I'm not very proficient at it yet, but... where did that go? It's a dagger. There we go. Can I... just ultra jank some of this interfaces and everything. You're so used to, again, with modern games, it's more streamlined, things like that, but it's just janky. Welcome everyone. Seems like we got a few more people here now than before, but playing Ultima IX, for anyone that had noticed, on original hardware, which has its own challenges. Just trying to grapple with the inventory system right now. I have my trusty shovel. There we go. Need some fruit. You can feel better. I would like to have this equipped. It's a dagger. Probably sell for later. Now I have the bow and arrow there. We don't need that. Healing potion. I don't know what the blue one does. We'll leave that in here for now. And I think we're ready to roll here now. Okay. Anything else here? Rat droppings, perhaps? Oh. Some delicious fruit. We'll bring this bag with us because it lets us basically expand our inventory, I think. So, alright, let's do that. Door is locked. I mean, locked doors. There's a key right there. Lots of gold. The rats had collected the key. Ooh. I do like the fact you can do this and take things. I mean, I like the interactivity with the world for sure. I always like games that are more interactive in their fantasy environments. A lot of games just tend to focus just exclusively on combat, and that's it. And I think it lends a lot to have... forget that was a puzzle like that sooner or later. To have interactivity. It may not be a ton, but I mean, it just adds a little flavor to it. In this case here, is trying to do a little pseudo-physics stuff, of course. Not a shovel. I already have one, thank you. I remember playing Dragon Age Inquisition, really enjoying that game. And just little flavor flare things where, like, the mage would, like, use telekinesis to, like, rebuild a bridge, or you'd bash through a wall and stuff like that. And it adds a little flavor to it. Makes the world feel more lived in and not so static, so. That is the sound of... Huzzah. Easy enough. Anything in here? Nope, there's a little plate here. Look at that. Secret everywhere. Only got some, you know, little Skyrim exploration vibes here now. Let's check out that secret first. Ooh, look at this. Enticing. It is locked. Lame. That's a nice gold, though, and a pie. Whoa. I'm not sure that was a good idea or not, but... Oh, for Pete's sake. Well, it's a save opportunity if I ever saw one. Whew, made it. I never know with a situation like that in a game if it's going to be generous with the hitbox or not. Uh-oh. Well. Oh, not one of the stones. Wow, wow, wow. This is fine. It's just slightly on fire. I can run back through this now. No way out of here. No button, no magic portal or anything. Yeah, okay. That's fine. This is fine. It's fine. I don't remember what other games came out in 1999 now. I mean, I think Baldur's Gate 2 then. That would have been 2000. 98, you know, you had your Half-Life and all that stuff too. Ouch. I'm trying to remember now what games were out during that time. I really want to open that lock here, but I don't have the key. There's an unusual amount of, like, columns and things here. There we go. No key. Maybe if we find a key, that will get us in there. I hear the dynamic combat music kicking in there. Like when the BFG division music kicks in. Ooh, the door just magically vanished. Especially in the state that this game launched, I don't think it was anything to, you know... I'll adjust the music or the sound again, but I'm just rock blasting a spider. Surprisingly long dungeon here. And remember, too, we never actually, you know, faced or loaded out of the world either, which is actually quite impressive. It's all in the main world. The water's refreshing. Ooh, interesting room. Take that, rat. Oh, put a reagents there, perhaps? Place a full flask full of water along with the proper reagents on alchemy set. Choose the alchemy set while the proper ingredients are in place to create the potion. Be careful, though, for if your ingredients are correct, you create an explosion or poison. Oh, neat. Ginseng, okay. So I need ginseng to create that. Well, okay, never mind. I don't need that fountain, it's fine. It's a ginseng anyway. Ooh, look at that, a hat. Lovely. I have a hat now. Ooh, there's some ginseng and stuff too. I'm bad out of room here now in my inventory, but I need to place an empty flask with... I feel like there's a way to refill the water here, right? It's gotta be, so... If I use a empty bottle, I do not have. I am strong now. I got a hat. What did the blue one do? I don't remember now. Blue is mana breath. Alright, well, we'll just drink one of those. That has water in it. Looks like that's water. And then, any guesses on what the hell is mandrake root is? I mean, that looks promising, right? There's no way to inspect or look at anything, so... I don't think there was a light blue one. No. Because that looks like water there to me. That's very, you know, jank inventory system. Again, trying to be really, really immersive, but, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this looks like ginger, so this one might be mandrake root, I guess. I don't know what it is, so... we can just try and make that. No, I want to place it on the table. There we go. That did nothing. Oh, it may not be water either. Oh well. We'll mess with it later. That's not be able to open. So we'll use the secret entrance there. Now we have 2 of the stones so far. Sound like there were 4, so actually surprisingly deep dungeon here, I gotta say. Because, I mean, we've been in this dungeon for quite a while now. For being a entry-level dungeon, this is almost like a Zelda level down. There's literally... okay, there's a button there. I think I put the flask on my head, and then it landed up in the ceiling. And I drank it. Sure. No problem. I appreciate that they don't want the, you know, to have too much inventory space, but inventory management in a game is pretty important and is good, because it could be really annoying to your enjoyment of the game, so... fascinating. Rats. Ooh, there's a key. I wonder if that's a key for that chest. We must explore that option. Loot. There's loot to be had. Can't leave that alone. It's an RPG, it's loot. Something I would like to stream is Elder Scrolls, the second one or whatever. Because that's a game that, you know, you play this and it feels like kind of jank or whatever, but you go back to that and then talk about ambition. That game is huge for comparison, so... oh, it's not the right key. Lame. Lame. Oh well. Is there any button here somewhere that opens this chest? Eat some pie. Nope, nothing. Fair enough. The amount of, like, weird pillars and doorways in this corridor really confused me. I guess that's because of the walls on the other side, but still, it just looks so weird. Oh, there's a key. Right there. Wait, come back. What's in the chest? Aha, another key. A map. Where did that map go? Or scroll? Ah, treasure map. That's not very descriptive, but fine. I know some games really like doing that, kind of like roughly where the treasure is. I guess Witcher did it as well, Witcher 3. It's hard not to see. I'm trying to think of like any other games that were before this that were in this kind of third person. I mean, you really see the Witcher DNA here, so... Can't extinguish that. That's right, this was just a secret wall here. That seems unnecessary. But that's fine. Whatever. Whatever the interior decorator decides was feng shui, whatever. Okay. Now we got that chest. We're back here. So I found the key in there. I assume we have to shoot this thing here. Nope. Does nothing, and that looks unpleasant. So... take a bath? I'm pretty sure the arrow did nothing, right? It was just for the blue ones, not these. So, none of the spells did anything. I guess I shouldn't count on you having spells either if you play a non-spell character. So, there's a lever right there. Can I jump over here? I cannot. Can I just move it with my mighty wind? I cannot. Can I lower this somehow? Yeah, he won't jump that far. Interesting. I don't think I can drag the table or chair here, right? Yeah, I can. Can I just climb over it? Nope. Stuck on the chair now. Really? The Avatar is defeated by a waist-high thing. You have to lower that. He won't jump at all when he's on here. It's clearly just like a full like barrier wall somehow. So, how do we get through that? Look at all the puzzle solving here. It's very Zelda-like. Oh, there's a door right there. I like that it's trying to show it there because there was a wall in the way. It couldn't actually technically show it, but it assumed you knew. No? Didn't do it? No? Okay. That did something of interest, I suppose. Click. And it points right at that spot where the gate is. And then does nothing. So... Hope it's not bugged out, I guess. Hmm. Well, that's strange. But it wouldn't be this game if you don't run into a bug, I suppose. Gonna use one of these barrels. Nope. Did it maybe open this passageway? Can I shoot the... I cannot. Worth a shot. Maybe I will press the button and run over to the thing. Just said auto run. I think there's an option setting that you can do auto run for. Nope. I assume it's instant death if you walk down there. It's only one to find out. No, it's not instant death. Just can't get up. Oh, I guess you can. Well, that did nothing. What's that button doing? It just... Okay, so the... Huh. Yeah, I guess it does. So this lever here makes the fountain disappear. Now it's back in the wall there. But it points to here, but it does nothing. This makes no sense at all. Now the door is closed, though, or open permanently there, so, you know, that's cool. I keep pressing W to move forward, which, of course, this game does not support, so... Interesting. And I fly on the broom. Let's see, we're gonna pull this lever again. Get rid of that. There's clearly a button there and it's doing something. Why would it point to that area if it didn't do something? Is the chair in the way? Did I mess it up with the chair? Click. Run to bug. Does nothing. Fascinating. I just wonder why there's a face there. That seems a little odd to me. I can drop things over there. And I was like, no, it's a knee-high gate. I cannot pass this as the Avatar. It is impossible for me. What's the journal say again here? My keys is missing. Blast of rats must have knocked it off the table again. I'm sorry, we didn't get that key. But it's not helping us right now at all. So we have the key. But I can't get past here. So... how immersive this game is. We're stuck on a simple puzzle. I don't think I can. I could just try and climb up over there, I guess. No, won't let me do that. Oh, I'm gonna die here from... Alright, we'll eat some apples and stuff. I don't think I can. I mean, I can move the... move the chair, but that's about it. There we go. I don't know what I did there, but jankety. Yeah, I shot that quite a bit with arrows. I shot it with magic and everything I could. Question is, can I jump out of here now? Feels like I should not have been able to jump in here. Oh, I'm out. Jank to the rescue. Save that thing. Physics. Amazing. I assume I need a key to open this door. Yep, exactly. Yeah, okay. In a little creepy spot here now. Someone left a key. We're sitting right there. Light these things. He who lights the path of virtue will be restored. So it's lit. Yeah, there's almost a little logic. I mean, this is impressive, I have to say, for, like, you know, they really went for that physics puzzling component here. It lit it. Now what? Everything is lit.
Help! Stop the walls! Please! Pull the lever! Help me, please! Quickly!
Whoops. Sorry, the avatar panicked. Oh, you got to see the load sequence. There we go. Yeah, no, that we're fine. That did in fact not happen. You saw nothing. I think we had a recent save there. Loot. And it's, I'm trying to think, like, I mean, around this era, especially, I guess you just have had Half-Life as well. The idea that a logical physics thing was practical and usable in games was something new, you know?
Help! Stop the walls! Please!
There, pull the lever. You're fine.
Pull the lever! Help me, please! Quickly!
Dude, I pulled the lever. You're fine. Even has a little elevator. How convenient.
Thank you. You saved my life, and I am in your debt.
What can you tell me about the Kieran Stone?
Years ago,
Anything I can loot?
supposedly hit a family heirloom.
Pretty long dungeon, considering. We've been in here for like over an hour now.
The key to the artifact. It was divided into 4 pieces, and then
So I think it's still definitely an enjoyable experience to play through this. I think even, I mean, really today.
But after
Probably on a
this
more powerful machine.
experience, I've
Yeah.
lost all interest in exploring dungeons.
Hmm.
Please take it as a payment for
So you either
saving my
get the stone from him,
Now,
or after he
if you'll
dies.
Excuse me, I'm going to rest a bit. and then I'm gonna get out of here.
Yeah, at least he was trying to... Whoa. So he went to look in that little box there, and that's what... That's a very slow thing. But yeah, it's just being able to use, like... Or logic in games, but... no, I was thinking more that... I mean, it is an enjoyable game, I would say, for what it is. It's fascinating to play, honestly. So far, it hasn't been too crazy, but... Well, this looks interesting. Can I take it? No. So something has to happen with that, I'm sure. The key there with a locked thing. Oh, little puzzles. Oh, that's fascinating for sure. Save after we did that. A lot of saves, but I've learned this the hard way. So yeah, I need that key then. Another puzzle. Any small gates I need to jump over? I need to just light this thing. They said light the path or whatever. There's a torch sitting there, which seems like it has some significance. Door is locked. So yeah, I need that key. And it is right there. So what do we need to do to this thing? A rock at it. Try all my spells. Can I actually just hit it? Nope. There's a big button there. Well, that would do it. This seems complicated. I mean, I get what they were trying to do with that puzzle there, but it seems like an overly complicated setup for, get the key over here, but whatever. This looks fine. Do I have all the stones? Did I miss one? I feel like I missed one. I don't think I have the redstone. Yeah, I think I missed one somewhere. Probably that water room or something. Oh, it's gonna be fun backtracking now. Good times. Semi-obtuse old RPGs. Would you take an apple instead? No. No. What's this say here? Kieran shield, blah blah. I placed the shield in a dungeon of despise and hidden it. Only to be found when the key is placed on a proper stand. I have divided the key, the Kieran stone. Alright, so yeah, now we have to find... Or it just opens up, I guess. Oh, it continues the dungeon here. This is maybe the exit. Yeah, this feels like the exit. You can swim out of here. Ooh, behind the waterfall. They said there was one behind the waterfall. So, I'm guessing the last stone is right behind the waterfall. There's always something behind the waterfall. Oh, lame, I can't go behind the waterfall. What point is a waterfall if you can't go behind it? I mean, really. We'll see if this is just the exit or if the stone is actually in here somewhere, the red one. Otherwise, we'll have to backtrack and find it. And this might just be the exit of the dungeon. Oh. Yeah. can try and talk to this guy, but
Oh, brilliance falls on castle walls, on battlefields.
yeah, this is the entrance into that tower. Let's go back and look for the red one. I have a feeling it is probably in that. Feel like it was probably earlier. So I have to look it up, I guess, but I think it said there was something behind the water. Maybe there's underwater? Oh, there's a lever right there. Uh-huh. And there it is. Just literally hanging out right there. I'm getting used to the jankiness of the controls, so... One potion in that bag, but I'll take it because it gives me more inventory space. And again, I understand what they're trying to do with the immersion level on the inventory and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's a pain to manage, and Ultima Online did the same thing, right? So I feel pleased that more modern games have gone more with just, you know what, we are going to make the game fun foremost, and less like, you know, punishing on the inventory management and that kind of stuff. Not saying that games don't do that at all, but it feels like that stuff's gotten a little better now. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. It's gonna sink. Nice shield. Ooh. I has a shield. A cool shield. Save. Now getting used to the jank of the game and like what's entailed with it, so yeah. I mean, really, I understand again with the inventory limitation stuff, but it is just, you know, frustrating sometimes to have to spend more time managing your inventory. Like you look at Mass Effect 1 versus 2 and 3. 1 was just like an endless just management of inventory, deleting items, selling them, you know, repurposing them, whatever. Versus then just 2 and 3 streamlined it a lot more, so... I already have a dagger, so... But I can sell it. They did say there was someone that had like a big treasure in here, but I haven't found it, so... Yeah. Your do-gooder antics are over. Oh no, it's a Saturday morning cartoon villain.
Antics are over. Draw your sword, so it cannot be said that I killed a defenseless man.
Who are you?
Who am I? I
Uli.
am Uli of the Worm God. I can't wait to
Well, can you survive rock spamming? Because I bet not.
How do you know who I am?
I've known you.
It's kind of obvious.
Here, Avatar. We have a long history, you and I see that you don't recognize me. Well, you'll have an
Yeah, and again, you know, if you know the older games probably have some callbacks and stuff like that, which is cool, but I don't have those.
You do know me. I am your old friend and companion, YOLO. Spare
YOLO?
me, please. Show compassion and have mercy upon me.
YOLO? How do I know you're
YOLO
telling
it.
the truth?
When you came through the dungeon, did you not see my bow and loot? Come, Avatar, you know that I always have them
Ooh,
with
pretty
me.
sneaky here.
Will you not spare your old friend, Avatar?
Very well. I will have mercy on you.
Thank you. And accept my apologies, Avatar. Take the glyph.
Alright, well, easy. I YOLO'd it and figured that it was a little plot twist here.
I will take the glyph. And I want you to tell the rest of the Worm Guard that I'm back, and that this time, I will cleanse Britannia of the Guardian once and for all. I will free you from this, my friend.
Free you by... chucking rock at him?
Avatar, take the glyph quickly and go. I am weak. I can still feel the Guardian's
Oh, I have to jam. Oh, there it is. Yay! I got the glyph. I have to run all the way out of dungeon now.
Avatar, take the glyph quickly and go.
I did. You tell me I have to run all the way back now. Finish him. No. We were compassionate. Look at this bat freaking out here. Is there really no way to quick teleport out of dungeon? Okay then. And there's no auto run, so, you know. Again, things like that have streamlined a lot. You know, with RPGs, they usually give you a quicker exit now anymore. I mean, Skyrim always did that. It had like, oh, look, there's a magical door entrance right there that takes you out, you know. This fountain seemed like it should... Yeah, there's a button there. Just a little bit. The water dances on your lips. Oh my. That kind of water, huh? Oh. Are you prepared to face the rock thrower? And Gutsman from Mega Man over here. Can I take the stones now? I sure can. I don't think that's gonna give me anything though, so I'm not sure I want to lug those around. If I had the inventory space, I totally would bring them back, but nope. Squeak. Yeah, just a little bit ironic. Don't you think? Yeah, okay. That's true, I could bring them back to the guy and sell them. That's true. If the gem guy takes those, that would be worth a lot. Good point. Let's take them. Boy, it's a long way to run back. There's no, like, recall scrolls here. It'd be funny if the, shield disappears now. Yep. A lot of gold. It always threw me off a little bit, and as far as, like, what little I know of the Ultima story is that it's just, you know, he's so self-righteous, and, it just follows the classic hero to save them all kind of thing. I feel like modern RPGs have gotten really good with, like, nuanced story, characters, you know, settings, and, I don't know. We haven't really good anymore with games. Like, there's a lot to choose from that cater to every need, like just straight up action, you know, point and click, kill everything, to deep games with morale in them, and I don't know. We're spoiled for choice. And that's shown when you play these older games that just, we're gonna run all the way back. I'm holding the shift key to do this, so enjoy. We'll make it back to Britain, just to hear Britannia rules the waves again. Yep. Why? I mean, I didn't see anything, right? That was like a teleport out of here or something like that, but you think that a game like this would have that. Nope. We're just gonna run. Come on, and run some more. Yeah, I'm very curious then to see what this game looks like when it's running in a boosted capacity. I still don't know what that sound effect is. If that means that there's a hidden thing or what. We're almost there now. All these puzzles that we fought for in the beginning here, meaning find the one button. Maybe the treasure she was looking for was the, it could have been a shield, I suppose. No, it doesn't make any sense, but Like, maybe it's the rocks or the gems, but that wouldn't make sense either, so. Still running. Still running. Run, Forrest, run! I just kept on running. The frame rate just... Oh, did we get a crash? Oh, it's a scene. Okay. I was like, whew. Hasn't crashed yet, so... Oh, thank you very much, Revenant. Very much appreciated, as always. Yes, that sounds familiar to Ultima Online. I just like... Oh, no!
Well, well, well. The mighty Avatar.
Oh, no, YOLO! Or someone else.
You'd be licking at the Guardian's heels. Take him away.
No! Look at that hair.
Don't hurt him too much.
I'm evil, don't you know? He throws a shoe, honestly. I mean...
Could you help me with this?
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar for Ultima Online. It just... Especially with the mage or whatever in that game. I mean, I love the fact it was my first, like, MMORPG, really.
You for some time, but I didn't think that we'd finally meet this way.
Of course, it's a sassy love interest.
Who are you?
My
Who
name
are
is
you?
Raven.
I
In case you're wondering why
am a
I'm
voice
here,
actor.
my
I am
employer
reading
has some
these
business
lines to you right now.
interested in. That is, if you really are the Avatar.
Who do you think I am?
What do you mean if I really am the Avatar?
Don't take it personally. But how am I supposed to know for sure that you're the Avatar?
I'm not wearing
I've
my
never seen
fancy
you
armor
before.
anymore, but...
My employer is very busy and does not tolerate mistakes. I'll need proof that you
What do you think,
really
Zoe?
are the Avatar.
Cannot have this. There we go. Cheers. A good pour. I gotta go. I'll see you around.
Really? So, who is your employer, and what does he want with me?
His name is Sam Hain. As for his business...
Sam Hain?
Well, I'll let him tell you the rest when you meet him. But before
What
I
proof do
take
you need
you
for the
to
Avatar,
him,
but...
I need proof
Alright, thanks for
that
stopping by,
you
Stuart.
really are the Avatar.
See you later. See you later.
All right. What kind of proof do you require?
Well, let's see. The runes of virtue have been missing for some time.
Well...
If you really are the Avatar, you should be able to locate them.
Send me on a fetch
You
quest.
will be able to find me at the docks in Britain. Bring me one of the runes to prove beyond doubt that you are the Avatar. And then
Am I
I'll
not
take you to my
holding...
employer.
Oh, rune.
Take care
Sorry, I
of
have a
yourself.
glyph. So not the stone. Excuse me, not the stones. Not the glyph, but the runes. We need more random artifacts in this world. Yeah, just about. This machine is not doing this game any favors, let's just say that. Surprisingly so. But again, I mean, I would have played this and not think too much about it. It really has bothered me for a long time. I don't remember what video card I had on my P3 500. That machine is still sitting in my parents' place. Next time I go to Sweden, I'm probably going to grab it and see if I can bring it back. Just because it's fun to play with the same machine again. But I don't know that it has, you know, the video card I used in it. It must have been a TNT. I think so, because my brother went to, like, a trade show or something. It's just his, you know, visitor. And I think he said... I remember right, he, like, called me and said, like... Stone... Wow. Wow. He just insta-smacked me. Wow. So now, we have to run through the entire dungeon again. In fact, I don't think I even done the, did I do the fight into the guy thing yet here? Oh. That's all I can say. That guy just insta-killed me. I understand, like, making it, like, a thing to have a high-powered enemy around that you can't easily defeat. That's ridiculous. Did I save after I killed that guy over here or not? I don't remember. So yeah, it has a lighting engine. The problem is I had to turn down a lot of the settings for this game to run fairly smooth. So a lot of the lighting settings are actually turned down. If you play this on higher settings, it will produce more light effects and everything. What's weird is that, like, it just can't handle it at all. Okay, do I have the glyph? I guess I can look and see if I have the glyph. I do not have the glyph. Alright, prepare to be rocked. I can't skip dialogue. There we go.
Who are you?
Who am I?
How do you...
Well... You do know me.
YOLO! Why did you fight me?
The Guardian has taken possession of my soul, and I have been forced to please have my...
Very well. I will take the... I will free...
Now we need to run all the way out again, save, and then do that thing, and try and avoid the freaking insta-kill orc. The glyph of compassion, but not the glyph of running all the way out of dungeons. Is there really no way to teleport out of here?
Avatar, take the glyph quickly and go.
And talk to the guy.
I can still feel the Guardian's presence.
A lava thing could be a teleporter, right? There's a potion there. This is a little risky considering the circumstances, but what happens? Really no way to teleport out of here. Okay, let's run all the way back again. I'd like just to get back to Britain for this, and then probably call it good, because at this rate, my goodness. I think something that's overlooked in many games is traversal mechanics. I mean, not to say that a lot of games don't have good traversal mechanics anymore, especially open world games, but how you traverse a world is super important. Now, in this game here, the game is not very large, but again, I'm impressed by the fact that you went right up from the outside world directly into the dungeon with no loading at all. That's impressive, I will say, for 99. So it's a seamless world. But they're hiding the world size by the movement. I think World of Warcraft is a perfect example of that when it launched, because you had to run everywhere. You know, the game was pretty huge, but they padded the game time by letting you run everywhere and taking forever to get a mount to move faster. It certainly feels the same way here. Some sort of like recall, or I think I grabbed the stones, right? Yeah, I got them. They were glowing still, but I did grab them, so they were glowing even after you grab the stones. So, but thanks for the heads up. You don't want to miss that in case I can sell them. And we're not going to run to Lord British and tell him. We're going to run and try and sell the stones first. So our priorities. But traversal mechanics are really important, I think, in a game to make you feel like you're moving around in the game well. Like, you know, I saw Horizon Forbidden West now added like a glider like Breath of the Wild has. Because I think, honestly, for me, a good traversal system makes or breaks an open world game anymore. It gets become a drag to run around slowly. Being able to zip across the map quickly, or at least in a way that feels powerful, I think is super important. So thanks for coming to my TED Talk about open world traversal mechanics. Alright, here we go. Whoop. And revenue's still here. Don't feel like you have to answer it, but I'm just how's the new addition to the family going? Or doing, I should say. Sure everyone's doing alright, hopefully. Okay, we're almost back to the beginning, or the entrance here now, which we're going to save again. Yep, there you go. Honda Odyssey. You're living the family life now. I have a Toyota Sienna. I will live and die with a minivan life forever, because you can haul a lot of retro gear in those things. But it's, yeah, minivan life. Awesome. Great. Glad to hear that. Miracles of modern science and all that stuff, and modern medicine, I should say. Okay, alright. Can I... Yes, yes, thank goodness I can skip the cutscene.
Who are...
My name...
What do you...
Don't... His name...
Alright.
Well, you will be... Take care of...
Okay, pro tip, avoid the frickin' one-kill orc. Or one-hit kill orc. Okay, so this thing is not glowing anymore. Because I took the glyph out of it from the bottom. Awesome. I feel fortunate too, where we live here now in town, there's a really good children's hospital too, and that's an important part, because you think about where you live, especially having kids, being able to have access to a good children's hospital close. I'll save one more time. I just saved before I exited, but we'll save one more time. Why not? Save, save, save. I think this is the rat here, but we're just gonna run now. The Avatar. Brave, brave Sir Avatar. We are just gonna cheese it. Yeah, you can get killed by the orc. I'm not staying here. Guard, do you see that big rat over there that you're ignoring? No? Okay, fine. I am moving along. I'm running from the orc. It's pretty funny if the AI would not intercept that, and it would just still be chasing me and just kill me. Yeah. There's some jank here now, too. I mean, I think AI has gotten a lot better than it used to be, for example. It's the inevitable march of, or the progress of games. Now there's the... Okay, let's... I need to find the gem, but I'm really curious to see if I can sell those gems. That would be amazing. But where was the vendor for that? That was one of the first places we went, I think. Pretty sure that's the bar here. Yep, exactly. We have traveled before when we drove pretty far. We plugged in the Switch, the HDMI input, and let the kids play like, you know, Breath of the Wild or Smash Brothers together and stuff like that. But I have thought about, like, we should, you know, plug in a RetroPie or a Mister in there, you know, and you can play any retro game you ever wanted to. And our Sienna is like a 2015, so it's pretty old. It's pretty funny, too, because it has one USB port. And you look at a modern minivan now, I'm not sure if yours is, you know, brand new, but they have like freaking 15 USB ports. And it's funny because it was pretty, you know, modern and cool when we got it. But now, yeah. I'm trying to think, that's kind of feels like anymore. That's probably prevented now, right? You can't really do that anymore.
My name is Cameron, and as you can
Mr. Car to you, but
sell gems and other jewelry. Also,
but I'm trying to think, there's probably some games where they did not have that block. Now it feels like it's impossible to sell story items, and often they're separated in inventory, right? So
I have some gems that you may be interested in.
look at that. 100 for those? Fine. But good call on letting me bring those back, because that's 400 extra gold there.
Nothing today, friend. Farewell.
Farewell, then.
The voice actor is not doing so hot there. Okay, let's go and talk to Lord British, and then we'll probably call it for the night there. That is a gallows, which is a little... Okay. It's funny, every time... It's late 90s troubled development time jank is what's the problem with his head. But I am really curious to see this game in all its glory with max settings, because clearly that's a problem here. So I think running this game on, you know, a much more high-powered machine would probably be a more enjoyable experience. That is clearly a problem here, even though this machine is well beyond the recommended specs. Oh. Turn off the fountain. Haha. I got your glyph, dude. Britannia rules the waves.
How fares your quest?
I've had little success so
Well,
far.
I got the glyph.
Fear not, Avatar. You have only just begun your quest. The road that lies ahead is good now, and do
I not have the quest? Can I not give the gem to him? Glyph. See this thing? You know, the thing I set out to get? You see that?
How fares your...
So far, things are progressing well, though I'll need more time.
Of course you will need more time.
Do you see the thing you're standing on?
I'm glad to know that things are progressing well. Please come back when you have something more to report. My thanks and blessings go with you, Avatar.
You're trying to do something yourself, you know. I am just going to sit here on my hover throne and rule over my kingdom. Yeah, there's some jank here. There's no denying that. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I mean, it's like everything was, you know, bespoke and proprietary, right? There was nothing standard on anything when it came to this, so... I just saw your basketball NBA Jam commentary, but yeah. It's still, I think, I mean, we gotta put it in perspective of the era, right? It's like... this game had a lot more potential than it shows here, I think, so... That's right, yeah. Didn't he, he got actually killed in one of the games, or Ultima Online, right? So, did he for real, or was that like a thing with the story? I can't remember if that was the story beat, or if they actually, some player actually managed to nuke him for real. But yeah, and that potential, it's hard, you know, it's easy to see that it didn't live up to the potential. Of course, with, again, that long development cycle, the restart, and all that stuff, and then a very buggy launch. This was supposed to be the grand send-off to the Ultima series. And that's right. Well, they just used the engine. I mean, they did it in the game. It wasn't like it was, you know, they managed to make it work, if you will. But, like, the potential was there for this game, and it just never materialized in that sense. Reached too far, too much trouble with development. Not the first game and only game, but it's sad that it's the last Ultima game. Now, Lord British or Richard Garriott also, and I have the big box for this, developed a MMO/single-player game, Shroud of the Avatar, which is a very obvious, you know, hey, it's Ultima, but not Ultima. I haven't played it at all. I just bought it because the big box is cool. But I should probably try it sometime. I'm not sure if that's still active, but I think Richard Garriott has moved on to other things now. He did appear in the High Score documentary series that was on Netflix, for example. So, still, you see the potential for this game, and I'm curious to maybe try this on a more high-powered thing. Well, you know, it should run on XP, I think, just fine. At that point, you should be able to run on much more powerful and crank the settings, and the experience might be even better at that point. Because right now, it looks pretty, you know, silly. But if we were to, let's go in and crank the settings again here, which I will say we don't have all the settings maxed out in the configuration. Yeah, see, this is automatically going to lots there. Now, if we max it here, I mean, it fills in. It looks a little better. The texture quality, of course, is still not great. But now it is running just, you know, freaking 20-ish FPS at best, right? Not saying no one would play it that way, but the pop-in is terrible. It's something that you play older games now, you forget the pop-in. The pop-in of tech or objects in the world are just, it's so terrible on older games. in general. That's something that's gotten really good now. To the LOD, I think I have the settings set in 3D effects as well to, you know, to run higher performance. So anyway, really cool game. Kind of like a, you know, a byproduct of an era and a long development cycle that restarted multiple times. And a fascinating view into the Ultima series as it died out. And it could have been so much more. Still an enjoyable game to play through, I think. I mean, I think this was fun. It's still a fun game. But, you know, I think it could have been so much more. It wasn't quite there. But it is what it is. Interesting footnote in the history of RPGs, but it clearly has some inspiration taken from this here on older games. I'm trying to think of other RPGs that are similar to this, with kind of behind the or third-person view with RPG-light elements. This is not a very heavy RPG, of course, but action RPG. You know, Witcher is very similar to this in that sense. So, yeah, that's true. They've done that. I think that for me, I should say that I'm just not trained to see that stuff in the games. For me, like, and I play a game like that. I don't play any of the modern games that much, but, like, I never see pop in, like, in Witcher, for example. And I'm sure it's doing the, you know, what you're talking about with the morphing stuff and whatever going on. I'm just, to my untrained eye, it's invisible. I'm sure if you look for it, to me, it's much more jarring to have a thing just, like, magically appear like that. Like, you know, it's just so obvious. Which is fine. That's just a limitation of the engine of the era. But, you know, it is extremely, like, plop, 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 you know. Even when you have, like, a shadow or, like, a, you know, a fog, like Turok or something, you know, to hide it completely. Can't unsee that now. So, yeah, no, I agree. There's some things you can't unsee, but I think, to me, I don't play modern games that much. So when I play Cyberpunk now, after patch 1.5, like, I'm just sometimes flabbergasted by the fidelity we have in games now. You play Doom, the newer ones, Doom or Doom Eternal, like, holy crud, like, how good graphics have gotten now. Because this was, in theory, then the pinnacle of video game graphics. This game is very heavy to run in 1999. So, you know, pop-in always happens, but you look at, like, I saw a thing with Horizon Zero Dawn when that came out for PlayStation 4, right? That game was, like, very visually impressive for PS4. And they used, like, a thing to cull everything in just a pie shape in front of you, which lets them focus all the performance there. You know, tricks like that. It's impressive what they can do anymore, so... Yes. But, fun game. I didn't die. Well, I died one time. I've not gotten that far in Cyberpunk yet. I just did the missions with Pan Am, so that's where I'm at right now. So, I haven't gotten far at all. I kind of shelved it until the patch came out now, so... But yeah, anyway, a fun game, really interesting game, and it's worth looking up a little bit of information on this. And I really want to try this on a more high-powered machine now. I might do that just to compare it. It would be fun as a quick, like, freaking short or something. Like, compare the two, like, in the top and the bottom, you know? Yeah, really. It's just how much, you know, high-quality textures you want and everything, and all the tricks and whatnot they do. But anyway, super fun game. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks so much for the donation again, Revenant. Appreciate it as always. And I'll think of some other game to play next week. Feel free to throw me suggestions in Discord or Twitter, whatever. I'm always open to hearing suggestions of the games you guys want me to play. This is an interesting game. And we'll call it there at the tune of the British National Anthem playing in the background. Very unsubtly. So, thanks everyone for watching. See you next week. Good night.